So it's annoying at the same time. I can imagine it must be annoying to you guys thinking I'm not looking, but I am. Good times. Who wants to come up and chat? I think you should. I think it's important to say hello. Don't get all crazy on me though and start bogarting the chat. You can come up and say hi. You can chat about things, all sorts of stuff. Things and stuff and things. 10 whole people in my live. It's awesome. It's funny how I have my teeth are a little crooked in my front of my teeth, and because of the shadows, makes it look like I don't have. My teeth are weird because of the lighting. Lighting, man, lighting is really important to get it right. Where did that request come in? I'll bring you up. New Jersey Nightmare. What's going on, New Jersey Nightmare? I can't hear you. You talking to me or you talking to your dog?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, New Jersey Nightmare?
Not a whole lot, brother. I do want to ask you one quick question, then I got to jump because a friend of mine needs my phone.
What? You're sharing one phone?
He lost his phone. It's a whole story.
I was to say, you guys probably get a phone. It'd probably be more useful.
Yeah, I would think so. It's a whole long story. But anyway, just real quick.
Yeah.
God forbid something happens to the orange moron. He passes away, if I'm allowed to say that.
I don't know what you're allowed to say anymore, dude. I honestly don't know the rules.
Yeah, neither I.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you're saying if someone disappears,
I worry about what his most fanatical supporters are going to react. And you damn well know that no matter how it happens, they're going to blame it on the left. They're going to blame it on everybody who doesn't like them.
Well, what are you going to do, right? Can't really.
True. I just worry about what some of these guys are going to do. But I just wanted your thoughts on that. But I'm sorry, I got to go. It's a bit of an emergency. You have a great day, bud.
Yeah, man. Let him use your phone. You got to get him. You got to get this person a new phone. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Good times. Heather, are you up here? Or health and sorry, I said Heather. It says health and happiness. I don't even know your name. Sorry about that.
Oh, Heather too. Hey, I think I accidentally tapped my way up here.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're up here. It's very it's nice to chat with you for the first time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So I was thinking of what that guy said. For some reason we're echoing.
Oh, you're echoing? I'm not echoing on my side.
You're not?
I am not. It's actually quite nice to hear people's voices and stuff like that rather than just making videos and stuff.
I think we need to be focusing more on the good that's going to come out of that.
Out of what?
I was in reference to the last gentleman's statement.
Yeah, he disappeared. New Jersey Nightmare was basically saying, yeah, I mean, I get it. I think there's a positive thing that comes out of it, obviously, but at the same time, I don't really wish for anybody's passing. Like, it's not the kind of person I am. But he's clearly not healthy. There's a lot of negatives about that whole situation. It would definitely be good to not have him in power. But we know what the next phase is going to be. Like, there's a vice president for this, and then he becomes the president. I mean, that's how it works. They're already talking about having the 25th Amendment be called on him right now. Even a lot of conservative people are asking for the 25th Amendment.
I heard that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I have a question, Lucas.
Okay. Who's this?
Thomas.
Hey, what's up, Thomas?
I listened to you, and I think you're a very smart man,
Gosh.
and have very insightful thoughts about what's going on in our politics and sociology today.
Hmm?
I was wondering what your thoughts are on what do you think America's going to be like after this administration's gone?
I
What do you think it's going to take to change the order of things and get America in a situation where the government is doing things for Americans?
I think that's a really good question. I mean, I wish I knew the answer to this like perfectly, but I believe hopefully we have like a renaissance in this country and go, holy cow, we can never let that happen again. And we put checks and balances in for who gets power and who doesn't. And I really hope that's the case. I don't want this to ever happen again where some megalomaniac gets in charge. And I mean, we're literally watching what's happening, what happened to Rome, right? Nero got into power, or Commodus got into power, any of these like old Roman emperors who were not just tyrants, they were psychopaths. And they, those days, thousands, tens of thousands of people were murdered by these people. I don't even know what words I can say on TikTok.
Yeah.
Wish I had a list of words I could say on TikTok. Is there a list of words somewhere where I could like find out like what to say, not to say?
It doesn't make sense because the words that are banned are rooted in reality.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Words of the day.
What? Yeah, are there lists of words somewhere? Lists of words not able to be said on TikTok. Let's look it up here real quick. Words related to violence, any sexual content,
One
hate
other
speech,
question.
harassment.
How is it that everybody saw what happened January 6th? Our government officials were participating in what happened on January 6th,
Correct.
i.e., running for their lives.
Sure.
My question is, how can America and people twist themselves into a false narrative of what happened on that day?
That is it's a dilemma. So here's what I've noticed, and this is why I made that. There's a video I made a long time ago, or it feels like a long time ago to me, where people, these right-wing people ask for evidence. Like my brothers are, just so you know, I have 3 brothers and 2 of them are far right, or at least they were far right. They're coming around to not be right. And they're pretending to, this is where I get a lot of my content from, guys, just so you know. I have some far right people in my life that I talk to, and they are the motive for this. So I used to talk to a lot of, I still talk to lots of like not far right, but right of center, which is like crazy. How can you support this guy after what he's done? They see it as like, oh, I don't like his policies. I'm like, bro, like you don't understand the level of what you're saying. You don't like, it's like, I don't like my sink.
Policy.
Yeah, it's like saying, hey, my sink is dirty in my house. Let me burn my house down because my sink is dirty. Like that's insanity. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like one of my videos I made though was they ask for evidence. You give them all this evidence. You show them the videos. You give them. I'm like, hey, like another one of these videos, the same video basically, was made because I was talking to a friend that used to be my boss, super smart guy, undergraduate from Stanford, Harvard MBA, super smart guy. And I'm like, hey, haven't you seen the January 6th video? He's like, no, I've never watched it. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean you've never watched it? It's totally available. Oh, I'm like, have you not seen the protesters like being hurt in the streets? Nope, haven't seen that. I haven't seen that stuff. What do you mean? And I'm like, dude, you are willfully not looking it up. It's like willful ignorance. They're on purpose not looking it up. Like they basically are going, they really are going, what do you mean? I don't see anything. What are you talking about? Even when I send them the videos.
I see a lot of that as white privilege.
I don't know if that has anything to do with race, right? I can't speak to that, but I can say that I think they're saying these things. They have the video, right? The old people that I knew before this crazy right-wing movement, they would have looked at the video and go, oh man, that's crazy. But now it's because there's this cognitive dissonance in it. And by the way, I say dissonance, that's how I say it, dissonance. It might sound like I'm saying dissidence, but I'm not. It's a dissonance.
Action is part of the movement. It's cognitive dissonance.
Yes. And that's what they're doing though, when they're like, something doesn't relate. Look at, if you can see me on video, they do this and they go, I can't see it, can't see it. You know, they have blinders on to only stuff that will not break the cycle. And I mean, I've been in person with some of these right people and been like, here, let's watch it together. And they will have a mental breakdown, spin away from me and like walk away because their brain is being triggered into like leaving. And you can't really get them to pay attention to what you're saying because there's this level of, I can't relate to it, by the way, because if I see a video, I have no problem someone going, did you see blah, blah, blah? Because I have no allegiance to a person. I have an allegiance to like people who do the right thing, right? A politician who does the right thing. I'm like, wow, this is great.
But the dilemma is, okay, you could be attached to a person, but that shouldn't affect your attachment to the truth.
Yeah, that's the problem though. It's these people have identity fused their sense of self to him. And once you identity fuse, anytime anything kind of makes them look bad, they take it as a personal attack. So when you say something bad about him, you are saying something bad about them. They feel like, wait a minute, did you just tell me to shut up? It's like, no, I didn't.
I think part of it is they see themselves in him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's scary too, right? At the end of the day.
But another question is, even though they see themselves in him, don't they feel and see that the policies that he's implementing hurt them?
No, they don't. They don't care about policies. They actually don't care about policies. But they don't care. They'll spend $100.
Their lives directly.
I know,
like
but
their
Thomas,
children are about to go to fucking war.
Thomas, you're not understanding the mentality of these people. They will spend they'll spend $100 so that you lose $10.
That I lose 10, yeah.
Right? So they will like, it's an insane mentality, but they will absolutely do that. There's a lot of these folks that will do that. They have no problem. It's very sadistic. It's very punishment heavy. It's very, I want to show you what I like. Again, it's basically pulling the wings off of flies just because they can. It sounds like, oh my God, I can't believe that's true, but it's just true. It's unfortunately the case. And they've got a whole bunch of,
what'll turn that around. Yeah,
well, to be honest with you, I don't put this in my videos because I don't want people to like not have hope. But usually there's two ways people usually do this, right? As far as from the research, right? Is that a group of them will, hold on a second, I got a little bit of a feedback from Planet Explorer there. So if people will either go and quietly quit what they're doing, the MAGA movement, they'll quietly go away. And which is what a lot of the people I know are doing. They're all of a sudden going, yeah, can you believe like he's doing this? I'm like, wait a minute. Like literally 2 weeks ago, you were all for this guy. And now you're pretending like to me, who has been giving you a hard time for like months, if not years. Now you're pretending that you're not supporting him. And I'm like, you know what? I am not going to say I told you so to these people. I'm going to go, welcome over. Yeah, totally. You're right. Yeah, you've been with me the whole time. Maybe like 4 to 6 months from now when this is all over, which it will be, I feel like in 4 to 6 months, then accountability has to happen. Whoever gets into power has to hold and everybody accountable for this. So there's that way. Quiet quitting is one way. The other way is the other way of people quitting is if they have, and this is what's going to happen to their most ardent supporters, the real believers, the people that want to see people hurt. Their identity is so wrapped up in him. They're going to have an identity collapse. They're going to have to hit like rock bottom. And that's what happens in like cults that have people that are super invested, is that their identity has to collapse and they have to lose basically everything. And then
Yeah, I think
at that point they lose, that's when they snap out of this identity craziness.
I think what could really change the dynamics of how this country moves forward, if people were really held accountable to the law, no matter who you are.
Yeah, that would be nice, right? Don't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't it nice when there was like a law at one point?
Because you don't believe your government because you see what the people in our government are doing. The Epstein files, they're eating fucking children.
Yeah,
And the world and America isn't upset about that.
yeah, I know. Isn't that
Why are
crazy?
we in this? It doesn't make sense. They're molesting children. They're
I know.
it's
I can't believe it. That these people are defending them. And I can tell you, I just spoke with
yes,
one.
they're defending them.
I spoke with one today, just letting you know. Again, one that was like wicked far right, as far right as you could be. I thought like this. I thought there's no helping with this person. They are going to have an identity collapse, like for them to snap out of this.
Yeah.
They're talking like, no. They're like, no, I've never been really and I don't call them out, right? Because you can't. They even shifted to the I'm quietly quitting and I'm going to pretend like I never supported this.
Was there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's basically that. So even the most far right people, I could be wrong. Like I said, I always thought most people were going to have an identity collapse. But then when I saw people quietly quitting in my life, and then I saw it across Twitter and Instagram everywhere, like people are like fighting against MAGA, the people who are the most ardent supporters. I was like, oh, okay, this is how you're going to play it.
The problem is larger than MAGA. We've got a problem with just depravity in our government. Out of 535 of our Congress people, only 35 or some small number voted to release information about sexual deviance and payouts in Congress.
Yep.
So what does that say? That says that those people that voted against letting out that information are sexual deviants.
I think that's what Trump's, and I don't want to say this out loud. We shouldn't probably say, I think these terms aren't these the terms that are banned? We can't say those like.
These are the terms that
can we just say essays?
So then don't do those things if you don't want us to talk about them.
No, exactly. I agree. What I'm saying is I meant on TikTok. I don't know if we could say that on TikTok is what I meant. No, I agree with you. Again, I think most of these people, and I'm not saying like it's not most, but there are a lot of people. So MAGA was like, when MAGA first came around, MAGA's like, everybody join us. All of you depraved people that are going to come out of the woodwork, you will support, we are now your team is what they did.
Right.
They pulled in these like white supremacists. They pulled in all these like these horrible people from all reaches and depths of the internet, but also in real life. Yeah. And think about Roy Moore. We know who Roy Moore was. Like that guy was definitely not a good person, let's just say. And those type of people, let's not say what type of people are, but I think you know what I mean, right? They like younger people that are, I wish I could say it on TikTok. Hey, CJ, your mic is, you're going crazy there for a minute.
Just children.
Yeah, basically, I don't know. Yep. I just got it. You said the word and it just blocked my account for 10 minutes. Oh. Let's not say that anymore. Oh. That's why I was trying to not say that. Oh. Let's not say that.
This is my first conversation ever on TikTok with anybody.
Yeah, let's not say that anymore because it just blocked me for 10 minutes. It's not forever. It's just a 10-minute window. So, so those kind of people are highly attracted to lack of accountability because their lives have been uprooted by getting probably labeled those things their whole lives. But now it's the entire administration supports that stuff.
Yeah.
So think about that. It's kind of crazy. I wish I knew what keywords we can't even say the word, that word. I cannot believe that. That's just a basic word in the English language. I don't understand why we can't say that word. And it just banned me for 10 minutes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Dude, I almost said it. Are you kidding me? I didn't know that was a bad word. Like, why is that a bad word?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
after we were born was a bad word.
Hey, health and happiness. What are the bad words? You can't say like, what do you say? Young adults? Like, they're not adults. So
They're not, yeah.
PDF.
what's that? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
PDF, like file.
Yeah, but we didn't say anything about that. We said the word like a mother and their, the C word, which is just a regular, it's just saying the word kids, but differently. Like, why can't we say that word?
Oh, wow. You said.
Don't say it.
Essay.
What's that?
Okay, so we know that's a safe word. That's safe.
Which one's a safe word?
Kid.
I don't know if it is. It banned me already, so it can't ban me again right in the next. Okay. Yeah, it can't ban me again. It said the same word, which is totally a normal word, was said, and it's like, what are you talking about? It banned me.
Let's say unders.
Yeah, I guess so. We gotta make a word up that sucks. That's what I was hoping, that maybe health and happiness. She does a lot of these lives. So, do you have any idea of which words I could use and not use?
Look at what Atropos says.
Who?
Atropos in the chat.
Afterpost?
Atropos.
I don't know what you're saying right now. Atropos.
Yeah.
Atropos is saying something?
Look at what they say.
Child. Yeah, we didn't say that. We didn't say. Oh, we could.
I'm not sure what you're referencing then.
I said I can't say the word, so I can't. I'm not going to say it again.
Right.
I said this word. I'm going to put it in the chat. That's what I said. Literally, that's what I said. I didn't think that was a banned word, but it banned me for 10 minutes as soon as I said it. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Teletubbies is good.
I don't know what am I? Yeah. Okay. We'll call it Teletubbies. There you go. Teletubbies it is. Yeah, dude. Like, it's these people that like Teletubbies are huge fans of this administration because there's no accountability and you could get away with anything now. And you're now like, it's almost like they have a brand new lease on life. So like all these dregs of society are coming out of the woodwork. And even Joe Rogan, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but Joe Rogan just said, oh my God, all these losers have joined MAGA. And now anybody that says something in MAGA, we all have to agree with. And it's like, that's just not how I want it to be, because all these people are weirdo. Some like these weirdo, he called them dorks, but that's not a very strong word for who they actually really are. These are horrible, horrible people.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to say that because when you say dork, it's, oh, well, I only called you dork. If you actually said, I think if he really actually said.
This administration is hoodwearing too.
Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you about that for sure. Obviously, all these horrible people have come out of the woodwork to like be part of this group, because again, this group now has power. Like in a way, like think about it. All of those Proud Boy guys are now members of ICE. Like where did they disappear to? They're all ICE. They actually all work for ICE.
By taxpayer dollars.
It's insane. We hired the guys we convicted for January 6th to work for the government. Like that is
and
insane.
Now the government is insolvent as he pardons every federal criminal that he possibly can.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which means the funds that they were liable for, they're not liable for anymore. They could go out and continue to spend our tax dollars.
Yep.
And we still don't have health insurance.
Planet Explorer, you haven't said anything. You want to say something or?
Yeah, I was just gonna
chime in.
Where's that echo coming from?
Probably you. You have headphones on?
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, I don't know, dude. I have no echo on my side. Sounds perfectly clear. Does anybody else in the chat hear an echo, or is it just him?
Or just me?
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Hold on, let me try something different.
No echo. We got no echo. We got confirmation, no echo. Thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly. Man, people got echo issues, yo. Stop echoing.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, but I'm echoing on my
It feels like a Verizon commercial.
Hey, I used to work for Verizon.
Hey, all right.
Anyway, not a good company.
No,
But
I was gonna say I didn't want to break it to you, but yeah, definitely not a good company.
oh my God, they were horrible. Anyway,
Thomas, how are you doing it with no echo? Is the question.
I don't know.
But you have
he
headphones
was
on.
echoing for me.
On Planet, you're echoing for me.
It's definitely a Planet issue.
Oh.
Real cool Planet. Yeah.
I'm going to interject here. It seems to be it's everybody on stage in the panel that's echoing, except you. So I wonder if it's something to do with your hookup.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm on my obviously my desktop here, but I don't know how to fix it if it is me. Oh, you know what? I think I might know what it is. It might be my error actually. Nope, it's not. I wanted it to be so badly my error so I could fix it and be like the white knight over here, be like, look at me, I fixed it, everybody, I'm so smart. And yeah, it did not work out. It's not. I wish it was my fault.
Okay, I'll just say something.
Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Am I okay echoing?
I don't hear any echo.
I hear an echo.
What is up with you guys? Why?
But I understand everything you're saying.
I hear an echo with everybody.
Why is
An echo is caused by the mic hears the speaker. That's what happens.
that can't be the case. I have headphones in. See?
Yeah, I know. Same here. So do I.
TikTok studio echoing, but me, who is the host. Let's internet it. You are using a headset which prevents your audio from looping back. That's me. While their audio output is creating a double or electronic echo for everyone else. So what does that mean? Not helpful. Guest lacking headphones. Fix via guest settings. Okay, maybe there's a guest setting. Have your guests access their audio settings by clicking the settings cog at the bottom of the live studio screen. Ask them to turn on echo cancellation. Ooh. There's an echo cancellation thing you guys are not using. Can you see it? Look for the little cog or 3 dots and see if there's an echo cancellation feature. What I read. I mean, the internet can't be lying, can it?
There is not.
I don't see 3 dots.
No.
Do you see a cog, a little wheel? Little wheel that's a little cog wheel. I can't make it.
Live settings.
Yes.
Hear your voice.
Says live under fix via guests. Have your guests access their audio settings by clicking the settings cog at the bottom of the live studio screen. No, dude, there's no live studio. They are
if you
on.
Click on the
mobile
icon next to the microphone, which are the people. There are a few options: modify, voice rings, live settings, and disconnect. So let's click on.
Oh, okay. So it says because your mobile guest's audio is playing through their speakers, being picked up by their microphones, then transmitting back to you with a slight delay. So that's why they're having. It's weird.
I just clicked on hear your voice under live settings, but I'm still hearing an echo in my headphones.
It's crazy. I wish I knew how to fix this for you guys because it's not echoing for me. TikTok live studio. Here we go. Here's a video.
TikTok streamers, here is how to fix
echo detect.
TikTok live studio. Firstly, if you have them, use a pair of headphones.
Use a pair of headphones. The number one task. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you go to primary speaker on your settings, and then there's a little cog next to it. I wish I could show you guys. Can I share my screen from here? Let's see sharing of your screen on here anywhere. Multi-guest, scenes. Nope, I don't need a scene right now. Can I share my screen? No. Oh, that's so lame. Why can't you share your screen?
Are you in live studio?
I am.
Are you on a desktop?
I am.
I mean, like a PC?
I am on a MacBook Pro. but yeah, and a really fancy camera.
Do you see ad source?
Hold on one second. I'm looking right now. Stream latency. No. I do not see ad source, but it's not I don't think that's the problem.
There's a cast for display / window capture on that. Or you can go to live and then mobile gaming.
I don't know if I could do that. They have, so I don't want to mess with this because if I mess with this, it's going to not work.
I think I'll drop. I think it might be me. Let me just drop and see if it kicks it.
All right.
See even if I go on, even if I mute my mic, it doesn't help.
How? Who is echoing? It's not, I mean, can anybody else in the chat hear me echo or not?
You're not echoing. Everybody else is.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're not echoing. It's just when we talk.
Yeah, there's a way to set that. So here's a video. I wish I could share this video with you guys. It shows you how to turn it off.
To make sure they are added correctly. Next up, we'll check our microphone settings by clicking the settings cog, and there's a few things to change and check. We're going to click general settings. Firstly, under microphone device, make sure you've selected your best quality mic, and I recommend turning on noise suppression.
All right, I'm going to try one thing just for you folks. Oh, here we go. Got to get up here. Let's see. Man, I'm like troubleshooting over here and stuff. No echo anymore. No echo on anyone. Thank you so much, Area. Let's see. So no one hears echo except for the people that come up here. I feel like it's like a user error problem, and it could be mine, but I doubt it. Unless was everybody echoing last time? Area, you were on my last chat, my last live. Were you echoing the whole time you were up here? She'll answer in a second, but she was on my last live. Man, that 10-minute block really jacked me up, man. I can't believe that. Such lame.
I'm so sorry.
No, dude, it's not your fault. I almost said the word like that. It's a normal word.
That's a normal word. That's not cool.
No, I agree.
My first ever live.
Dude, you're doing great. Don't even sweat it.
Lucas.
Yeah, don't even sweat it.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, you're gonna bail now? So you get banned? You're gonna ban me, and then you're gonna get me?
I got people coming over for dinner. I got a dinner party to
Oh my God, that's awesome. Have fun, man.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much.
Yeah, definitely come up next. Yeah, you too. Come up another time. So Kelly, the stage is yours. The floor is yours.
Oh, where is
He left. He was just like
I know, but there's one other person here.
She's our moderator. She like popped up. Okay. I think you popped up she popped up by accident, but I don't mind having her up here, obviously. So I say stay up here.
That's fine. We can talk.
Right?
I jumped over I found you on Facebook. I just now jumped over to TikTok.
Oh wow, I forgot about my. Oh wow, I totally neglected. Look at all these chat. I didn't even.
Yeah, you were neglecting.
I forgot.
I
forgot.
Going over to TikTok where you're going to pay attention to me.
This action cannot be formed inside the stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. I'm not logged into this chat, so like it's jacking me big time right now. I'm not able to log into my YouTube or like to chat back and forth with people for some odd reason.
Lucas.
Yes.
MGM in the chat on TikTok says it may be your headset mic. If you have it and you are using another mic at the same time.
How can you do that on one desktop?
Try. How about now? Is it more echo or less echo?
But the echo's coming from us.
It's coming from us.
Is it still just as bad?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not the case. Yeah, if the echo's coming from.
I'm searching too, and I'm not finding anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I looked it up a lot, and it's got I have a video right here.
It's like restart the device or uninstall TikTok and reinstall it.
I don't even know if it was like echoey before the first chat, so I don't know. Stockholm syndrome, man, there's like so many people. All messages you send will appear publicly. Yeah, I know, but I can't log into like chat with these people. What the hell? That sucks. I have a third party.
Facebook people, Lucas isn't ignoring you. He's trying.
No, I'm trying for sure. It's just that this chat isn't working for me. And like right now I can only chat with live chat. Yeah, of course I want live chat. So I can only chat with, I don't even know where they're coming from too. Usually the system I use tells me, you know, I'm from Facebook. I'm on live on YouTube also. So.
Right. This is why I have AI avatars for my content creation.
Yeah. It's crazy though. Like this system works yesterday and now I can't chat with anybody through the exact thing. I have to be in the browser now. So lame.
Evolving, do you want to say anything and see if you can see if you have an echo, and I'll mute mine?
Hey, how you doing? How do I sound on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say you're pretty good, man. I don't hear any echo, but you know, I never did. So
it's wild. I heard an echo. I hear it. I heard my own echo. Right, I heard my own echo.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I'm looking at a video and it says it's your fault. It said I don't know what's going on. TikTok live echo in for guests on TikTok live studio. WTF. AI never knows the answer, by the way. In live studios, enable echo cancellation under microphone settings at set noise suppression. Okay. In live studios, enable echo cancellation. I don't know where that is. I have no idea where that lies. I see all my controls right here, and there's no setting for like echo cancellation. I would have found it by now.
Yeah, I see it
Advanced
in live
settings.
studio for the host. Go to audio settings, cog icon.
Yeah, I'm already there.
And ensure echo cancellation is enabled.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. There's no echo cancellation.
And then turn on noise suppression and set it to at least medium.
Yeah, I wish it was here. I wish I had that setting. That'd be so cool. Doesn't exist. It does not exist. Oh, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. All right. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time, which is totally okay. Conservatives, listen to me. It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to say you're wrong.
Right? Conservative. Okay, so here we go.
We all make mistakes.
Audio monitoring. I'm definitely somewhere. Audio offset. No, that's all set. It's the cog above here. Audio effects. Equalizer. Nope. That's not it. That's not it. Man, they got a lot of settings in here though too. I agree. That's pretty cool. Yeah. There we go. You ready? It is set, by the way, it is set on medium. I'm going to set it to high real quick. Tell me if there's a difference. Go ahead, speak. It's set on high now.
Okay.
Speak.
Yeah. I got some stuff. That might be my headphones. I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't really help, did it? So I
think we can still hear each other. Okay. It's just.
Yeah, I don't think it's me.
Annoying.
I don't think it's me. And now I hear me echoing.
Yeah. Made it worse.
That's weird.
Testing. Yeah, I hear my echo.
Now it's really bad. Now I actually hear it. That's super fucking annoying. Sorry. Oh, great. I swore. Is that going to dig me now? I don't even know what dings me.
15 minutes.
No, did it really just do that? Can you hear me now?
No echo.
I can hear you.
No echo. With you.
So is there an echo now for anybody else? No one's talking, so that doesn't help. Speak up. Speak up.
Planet, can you hear echo? I hear an echo when I talk.
Same.
Me too.
Let's try that. How does that work? Oh, now I can hear myself echo like crazy. Wow. That's crazy. All right. This is it. This is as good as it's going to get, guys. We're going to have to own this. You're going to have to deal with it. Sorry about that. I don't know how to fix it.
The echo episode.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't remember if it echoed last time. Yeah, Aria, do you remember if it echoed when you were speaking on stage last time? No, do not have two mics running right now on desktop. Nope, just this beautiful microphone right here. My headset has mics in it, but it's not. This doesn't work.
When you touch that, it makes weird feedback.
What is it? What kind of feedback are we talking about? I don't hear anything.
Or it did.
Well, let's get back to. Let's try and chat it up.
Maybe it's the mic itself.
Which mic?
I don't know. One of them.
I'm going to turn my mic off. You guys talk. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm turning my mic off. Speak.
Would that help? No, something.
That didn't really. None of you spoke. None of you spoke when I asked you. I turned my mic off, and none of you guys all stopped speaking. Start speaking so I can. I'm going to turn my mic off and see if it's me. All right. And if I turn my mic off and you guys still hear an echo, it's you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm turning my mic off.
Testing. Hey, it didn't echo. Or did it?
Testing. Yeah, I get an echo.
Yeah, so it's not me. There you go. Problem solved. Somebody on stage or somebody here has some kind of a microphone problem. I think you should all, when everybody's whoever's talking, everybody else should mute. And then when you want to talk again, unmute. So Kelly, talk to me, and let's just pretend like there's no echo as best you can, because I can't hear it. So
I was just going to add that I grew up in an apocalyptic doomsday cult.
What?
I escaped when I was,
Holy cow.
Yeah, just a weird tidbit from my history.
Wow.
But I escaped in my 20s, and my family's still in it. And the best way to approach this, because the leading cult expert that does deal with the leading cult expert in the world has written a book called The Cult of Trump. His name is Steve Hassan. He's got a great website, freedomofmind.com. And it's best when you're engaging with somebody that's really heavily into MAGA to use the Socratic method and make sure that you keep back what they're saying and then ask questions. And you basically, the idea is you put two Lego pieces of information that they need to connect in front of them, but you don't put it together for them. You just put it together in front of them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does. I know all about the Socratic. I know all about the Socratic. Go ahead. Sorry.
If I just psychologically, if we were sitting across the table from each other and I just put two Legos in the middle of the table and then we just went back to our conversation, eventually you'd keep looking at those Legos and you'd be like, hey, those go together. And you'd want to put them together. And that's how you're next. And so a lot of times people that are under thought reform, which is what's happening with a lot of MAGA people, they have to think that some of this is their own idea, that some of the answers to the cognitive dissonance and the clarity that they need to have is their own idea. Like, you can help them along with the process, but if you directly attack MAGA, it's just going to push them further into the organization.
Yeah, I agree. I have a video. I have multiple videos on that. I completely agree. You cannot directly attack them, or you can't try to convince them with facts or evidence or sending them videos or any of the content. But you also can't really convince them there's anything wrong. You can keep asking them questions. There is a Socratic method to it. Yes. I actually have if anybody wants cult deprogramming questions, it's on my Substack. Just go and download it. It's a PDF I made for everybody. I made a video about it on my Substack, talking about it. I also have a video on YouTube. You can go watch and, find the link, but it's on my Substack for free. Obviously, I'm not going to charge you guys for anything. And you can download it, and it kind of helps drive the conversation towards that. You can only ask people and give them off ramps to get them out of the cult. You're never going to convince people to leave a cult with like a video, and there's not going to be a news anchor out there that goes, oh, look at this, and convince them. They're too wrapped up in their cognitive dissonance that they're just not going to believe it. So, hey, echo has stopped. That's good noise. That's good news. So the echo has stopped. That is wonderful. So
to piggyback on that, like, yeah, that's why my family is still in. Like, if there was a way for me to easily engage with them and get them to see the things that I saw, my family would be reconciled by now.
Yeah, that's the problem. Oh.
but some people will take that off ramp and some people won't, and you just have to offer it. And you know, the people that you want, you know, to get off the highway, off that MAGA highway, they might keep going, but you might get other people off in the process, and you just have to accept that that's part of thought reform and how it works.
Yeah, I agree. And most people are not going to take the off ramp, unfortunately. Although I have seen quite a few people who are least invested in the movement who just bought a hat and had a bumper sticker on their car and flew the flags, crazy stuff like that. Most of them are those people that just bought a few pieces of swag. They basically can now leave the cult pretty easily. It's the people, it's the layers of investment, right? There's a layer of investment where if you're invested for 20 years on something, you're not going to do it, especially if you spend a lot of money or resources or cut off so many people. You're like, man, I'm really so far down this road. I have nowhere left to go back to. So they double and like triple down because they have nowhere else to go. So this has to work for them. And a lot of entrepreneurial business people do the same thing with businesses. They will launch a business, and to try and make it work, they're told, you know, live, eat, breathe, you know, go all in. The problem is the go all in feature that is built into humans. Sometimes they go all in on the wrong things in life. And then they can't get out of those things because they have this sunk cost shame or sunk cost fallacy that says you've invested so much, you'll lose all this investment, all this time. Same reason why you stay in bad relationships, the same reason why you keep trying to fix that, you know, old car that keeps breaking down. You're like, oh, but I've invested so much time and money. It's like, yeah, dude, but you need to come at some point and cut your losses. These people don't know how to do that. They don't want to cut their losses because they've had built into their head their entire life, being wrong is dangerous. Being wrong is like bad for your health, because a lot of them grew up in like authoritarian households. And I could tell you from growing up in an authoritarian household myself that I was absolutely told, zip it and go along to get along. And if not, you would get in trouble, right? Every time you would get in trouble for any kind of disruption to that authoritarian dynamic. And it wasn't like I was like, you know, my situation was not as bad as like a lot of others. These folks have this like I said, I have three brothers, and two of them learned to bow down to authority, and they were the golden children within that dynamic of authoritarianship. And I was the black sheep outlier scapegoat of the family. Yet, you know, at the end of the day, I was the empathetic person who cared about people. I cared about justice and doing the right thing about people. I wasn't for my in-group. I was for doing the right thing, even as a young child. I was like, why would you do that to people? And questioning got you hurt, you know? So these things I kind of know really well because I was in these situations myself where you could choose the easy route and bow down and obey authority. And a lot of these people want you to be like them. Oh, wait, why didn't you bow down to authority? How did you make it out okay? Wait, now you're like living a different life. You have to like not let authoritarian people, even though this is what they feel is normal. I feel like a lot of people have come from that type of like relationship with their parents too, because I looked up a couple of studies that kind of like show evidence that like between 30 and 50. This is a big range, by the way. So this isn't like complete accurate science, but it's a pretty good directional science. 30 to 50% of parents parent as authoritarians, and people identify as having had parents that are very authoritarian like people that drive you to this. You either go left or you go right? You either go and resist the authority that your parents are, and you become like the black sheep or the scapegoat, or there's the hard right turn where you just obey and go along to get along. And you're taught go along to get along keeps you safe. And the person who didn't go along to get along got punished every single day. They didn't go along to get along. And they're like an outcast in their own family. Like, you're living with people who don't like you because you're not following their system, but you're trapped in like an authoritarian family where you rely on them for your well-being. And I think there's a lot of people that are like that in the United States. People just don't talk about it a lot, because especially dudes don't talk about it a lot, because conservative households raise you to not talk about your feelings. They raise you to suppress them. If you say anything about your feelings or how you feel, you are weak. You can't do that stuff. And I always thought that was such a short-sighted way of operating people. When I was younger, I was like, why would you not share how you feel? Because then if you do, you communicate and then fix the problem so much faster. It didn't make sense to me. But, I guess I'm a different kind of person. What is going on in my chat? I haven't even said anything in the chat. Yeah, society does not reward empathy. I agree. I just heard an echo. Who was that?
That was me, Evolving Seeds. You're frozen on my screen.
Who else am I? Well, sorry about your screen, dude. Maybe it's your phone or something like that. Are you on a phone?
Yeah, but I can also still hear you perfectly, which is wild.
Yeah, audio comes through real easy. It's the video signals usually are hard to process through. You might have a lot of videos on your phone that are taking up a lot of your bandwidth or whatever it's using. I want to say hi to the chat real quick. Hold on. People who want to validate, and now, yep, I agree. Even they are not political. Yep, society does that to empaths. I totally agree. Empathetic people do get a bad shake. It's really sad. Empathetic people, I think empathy is like the strong suit. I think people who have empathy, there should be a test, like a real test where leadership should never be able to take office unless they're empathetic. Because otherwise, like, why would we want people that don't care about us? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Go ahead, Evolving Seeds.
I just wanted to say I equate the concepts of culture, society, civilization, government, and quote-unquote authority to faith-based, dogmatic, religiously indoctrinated belief systems.
That was a big mouth. That is a giant mouthful of stuff, dude. Say that. Try to concisely say that, because I have no idea what you just said, because you just said like a whole lot of stuff at just once.
Hey,
I have stuff going on in my head.
Myself, through my research,
thank you,
have come to discover that the concepts of culture, authority, civilization, society, and authority equate to faith-based, dogmatic, indoctrinated religious belief system. There's a great book called The Most Dangerous Religion. It also goes under the title The Most Dangerous Superstition. And the reason why it's the most dangerous one is because it masks itself as objective. It pervades itself as objective, but it is most certainly subjective, and it is based in violence, coercion, exploitation. The reason why we've always had an aversion to authority is not because it's just a bad idea or a bad system. It's literally antithetical to the concept of freedom. Because these people, you were just speaking on them a moment ago, these people, I call it authority vested in strangers. Authority vested in strangers is a religious belief, because there's no actual scientific evidence to suggest that whatever these arbitrary dictates are, you're like universally cosmically bound to obey them. Yeah. There's no scientific evidence of this. And when these arbitrary dictates are based in coercion and exploitation and violence, a threat, duress, then they become less and less and less legitimate. As Martin Luther King said, you are under no moral obligation to obey unjust laws. So why would you be under any moral obligation to obey the fucking system that pervades those unjust laws, or the system overall, which is unjust?
No, I agree with you. So
through my
wait,
reasoning,
you're saying a lot. Let me respond to some of this. I agree with you. And the problem is people, and there's going to be a lot of people that get offended here, but it's just true. Human beings are lazy. We are lazy people. Our brains train us to be lazy and comfortable. We don't have to go out and hunt food right now. We have all these tools that sedate us, like the internet and watching TV shows on Netflix and binge watching and all this stuff. We are lazy by nature without all this stuff. Now you take all these tools that are used to like sedate us, and it's even more, we become more lazy. So we talk about like, why do these people not resist? Well, most people just want to be comfortable on their days off. And then when they're at work, at the job they hate, which jobs are disappearing because of AI the most, they just want to be able to like relax for a day or two. They don't want to think like, oh, I got to go out and make a decision. There's already like so many decisions you have to make in this world as it is. Like people are lazy thinkers, and there's the most lazy thinkers are MAGA. Like they're all MAGA people. And that attracts lazy thinking because authoritarians love people who just obey and just don't have thoughts, aren't empathetic, don't have any kind of critical thinking. They want you to be not intelligent. That's the reason why they are so prolific with people who are lazy thinkers. These lazy thinkers wake up and go, who am I attacking today? Let me go look at who's my new target. And Fox News will tell you who the new target of the day is. They don't have to think about anything. Think how wonderful that is.
I agree. I wanted to do a caveat on what you just said a moment ago, but think about how many things we have to worry about in a day. The problem is most of those things are manufactured. They're manufactured hurdles. Most of people's most cherished achievements in this society is an arbitrary dictate that somebody made up to generate revenue. They didn't do it because it was objectively moral or objectively rational or logical. They did it because literally they were coerced into doing it. So the things that we see in society that make people lazy because there's so many things to do or decide or be responsible for, most of those things are bullshit. That's the problem what we're talking about. So we can't analyze how much weight, how many straws a camel can take by how it responds to the manufactured fake unnecessarily placed straws that have been put there. Yes, it is work to be a human being and survive, but we can't weigh our ability to do that versus all the things that we've already unnecessarily put on there. If we take the unnecessary shit off, and we still are responsible for a myriad of things, but they are concise and they are geared towards the perpetuation of our ability to sustain ourselves and maybe even achieve abundance, then we need to rearrange our society accordingly. Like, none of this is political. It's all scientific.
I agree. I again, man, you're preaching to the choir right now for me. So I agree. When we're talking very high level theoretically like stuff, what we should be talking, and this is our problem, like us people who want to talk at an intellectual level about this, is we need to talk action now rather than, hey, these are all the things that are holding us down as people. What the fuck?
Iran, the Iran.
Bro, don't just talk, dude. I'm not trying to be a jerk, Atum, but we were talking and you turned on your thing and it like blasted my ears. So don't unmute yet. I'll unmute you in a second, but yeah, man, I don't know. I think we should talk about like actions we can take now. I mean, I love the idea of theory. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of like theoretical, hey, these are all the things that are oppressing us as people. But, you know, at the end of the day, what can we do now to fix the situation we're in as people like that don't have power really, you know, like all of us, I'm not in government, right? So what could we do differently that will make it easier for us? And I agree with you though. So
have you ever heard of a resource-based economy as postulated by Jacques Fresco?
I have.
Oh yeah. Well then you got that's one of the things that we advocate with Evolving Seas. But when you're talking about on the ground application, and just to land my plane, we cover every aspect of solutions, which means thoughts, emotions, and actions on the individual scale and on a social scale, and that comes with the implication of efficiency. So we do mutual aid. Evolving Seeds, my thing, we do mutual aid. We pick up trash. We do everything that we can. We offer ourselves, our services for free to the neighbors. I just picked up a bunch of piles of leaves for my neighbor across the street.
Good job,
just
man.
to show them that it's still being done, that people are still out here doing this. And then on my website, we offer a myriad of books for free. All of it's free. But more importantly, we offer other activists in these fields and other organizations who are doing this work and being successful at it and doing it efficiently. And most of these people don't even know I feature them. If you have a website, I'll be more than happy to feature you because we are an anarchist entity.
Cool, man. So, all right. So, sorry. Does anybody else want to chat? I know Planet Explorer, you're back up here. Talk to me, man.
Can try it without the ignore the echo. So you're talking about all these psychological and societal things. It's just, I'm going to talk from a personal note. The drive towards MAGA, towards Trump and everything, I understand what you're saying, but I've also seen very intelligent people driven towards it. A friend of mine who has a PhD and
that doesn't mean anything,
actually,
bro. That doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. I know.
Education doesn't mean anything. It means you have zero emotional intelligence if you support what's happening right now.
Do you think you can segment it by political intelligence versus other types of intelligence?
Here's what I think about this, and I've made a video about this. They are high in narcissistic tendencies. The people who actually support Trump, even though it hurts everybody else, they're selfish. I'm sorry to say it. It's just true. These are selfish, narcissistic people until it happens to them. They don't care if their neighbors get hurt. Bro, are you really belching on the stream? Come on, man.
No, I'm coughing.
Oh, it sounded like a belch. I was like, geez, man. Killing me, dude. Mute your shit, though, if you're going to cough. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I think these are highly narcissistic, self-involved, selfish people who have no problem hurting their neighbors as long as it doesn't hurt them. And as soon as it hurts them, they're like, I can't believe this happened to me. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to feel this empathy and feel this hard feelings that they're having. Yet it's been hurting people for over a year. And only when they get hurt they want your sympathy. And I don't even understand how people like that operate. Because if my neighbors something happened to my neighbors, I would be the first person over there going like, hey, what's going on? I don't even know them. But if I saw something that was like wrong, I'd be the first person trying to be like, what can I do to fix this problem? This is not a situation in this world where you can just write this off. Anybody who supports him now, after the Epstein stuff, oh God, it's probably going to ban me now. Don't say that word. Don't say bad words. After all this stuff came out, like if you support him still and you're like, oh, but I just don't, it's just because some of his policies I don't agree with. You're just a bad person. I'm sorry, you are. You're just a bad, selfish person. I don't care what you guys say either. Like you can be like, oh no, but they're not mean. They're not sad. No, dude, these are bad people. These are not good people. Oh, they're good except for, just because of this. No, that is a real big reason that shows that they are not good people. So they could be, you might think they're book smart, but that book smart doesn't mean anything, dude. Like I know a lot of people who are book smart who are losers in life. Just because they have a PhD just means they could like focus on one thing and be good at it. I have multiple degrees too. That doesn't really impress me as much as, yeah, it shows that he has follow through, but did he really have follow through? And by the way, I can hear you like chewing. I don't know if that drives anybody else crazy, but are you chewing on something, bro? I knew it.
Sorry. No. Go ahead.
Anyway, so
but I'll add to that. These people that I know in New Hampshire, he claims that he supported Trump and that not anymore. That because of all the mills that shut down growing up,
that doesn't help, dude.
No, I know. I'm just explaining what.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I already know this argument, right? So again, my family, I have family members that are like that too. And it's a cop-out. they say, oh, I only support it because of this. Really, they support it because it doesn't hurt them. They like the idea of this, but it just they don't care about this. And then when the regime starts hurting them in their wallets, which is why everybody on the right that I knew changed from supporting him to not supporting him, because all of a sudden they're paying high gas prices. And all of a sudden the stock market crashed. That's when these people cared, because it affected them. You can't get any more selfish than that. I care, and I think a lot of people care, that other people get hurt in this country, which is why we founded this country in the first place. We escaped bad stuff in another country to get away from bad stuff and create our own country here. We don't want those kind of things here. We care about each other here. The idea of American like exceptionalism is because people have community and actually care about each other. The internet is separating each other. And we have a lot of the stuff we used to do is being eliminated. I don't like, and just so you guys know, I want to put myself out there right now and say, I am not religious. So get over it. If you don't like it, it's tough luck. I'm a recovering Catholic. I went to private Catholic school a lot of my life as a kid. I went to church 6 days a week. Let me tell you, I've had enough church. Probably went to more to church than you guys will ever go to in your lives. And I can tell you right now, church, for all the negative it does, which by the way, it's almost all negative. There's one thing that it did do, which is community. So people stopped going to church and, their local church and hanging out. So that community was removed. Then now now you have places to go after that, right? So you had church, which is a community kind of a thing. And then you had work, you had home, and that's it. So one of these eliminations happened where people would come together and get together. Then there was like two other things left. There was work and home, and kids had school, right? Work, home, school, after school sports, stuff like that. But as soon as you become an adult, you literally have work and home. Now they're taking away the work where I'm going to the office. People now work from home. Things get worse because they don't have this social interaction you get from work. So all these people are like kind of like breaking themselves because they don't have any place or outlet to like remember that, oh my God, people are people. They're working from home. They're talking to them through video chats. They're not hanging out with people enough. And when you disconnect from people, it's easier to dehumanize those people and go, hey, at least it's not happening to me. And I don't feel bad. Because it's happening to somebody else until it happens to you. And that is the biggest dilemma we have right now the right, the far right specifically, capitalizes on very lonely people. They capitalize on it all the time. They take lonely people and say, hey, you're with us now. We'll take you all. I don't care. We need all your votes. Come on in. You're all part of this crew. And some of these people are like horrible people. So.
Well, what about, there's the old theory that politically they got ignored for many, many years. The blue collars, the NAFTA agreement that decimated U.S. manufacturing. There's that argument.
Yeah, but dude, you can't think how dumb of an argument that is. You're not gonna be able to bring back manufacturing here. And if they do.
No, I know. I'm not saying that.
I know, but this is your argument. This is your argument to your buddy. I'm giving you an argument to your buddy. Hey, if they bring manufacturing here, it's all going to be robotic. Like, why would you think we'd hire humans? It's not going to save us anything. It's just going to make it easier to replace people within the pipeline. It's just, if a company rebuilds here, why would they rebuild for people?
But I'm talking about what drove them to MAGA, not the reasoning, the logic behind their stupid policy.
Yeah. Well, I'm just letting you know, this is the argument they have. And they're idiots for saying this. These are not smart people that support this. They know their answers are wrong. They don't care. They're not saving money. Your guy with the PhD, he's not saving tax money. Nothing is being helped. He's not making more money because of this.
No, it's worse.
Yeah. So like, what are you talking about? He's willing to take $100 loss so that owning the libs, it loses $10. These are crazy, pathologically broken people. You might think your PhD buddy is like, oh, he's so smart and stuff like that. Dude, some of these people overcompensate. I am a person who overcompensated and was achieved a lot in my life because of toxic home styles and authoritarian like families. I was like, hey, I'm going to prove all these people wrong. And, paid my way through undergrad, got, master's degrees, and was very, pretty successful early on in my life because of that was me coping with a messed up like family dynamic. I bet you your buddy has probably got a messed up life. You probably don't know, but I bet you right now he's probably comes from a pretty messed up situation. Wordsmith.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Couldn't agree more, man. You said a lot that people need to listen to. More importantly, I think that a lot of us are living in la la land when it comes to the support of this weirdo. They don't want to admit to themselves that bigotry is one of the main reasons, and his willingness to pick on people that they don't like is the reason why they voted for him. And it's not like they can, come up with enough excuses, because we know now, because they're admitting it, and Trump and his entire administration has admitted that these people are not too bright. He's admitted to he likes people who he can manipulate. Smart people don't like him. When you say stuff like that, that means you are calling your base stupid. And it's just the fastest way to slap somebody in the face.
I agree.
And to laugh about it, and the hypocrisy of him gloating over somebody passing away. But then when somebody else does it to their friend, they want you to get you fired. They want to get you doxxed. They want your address to be put out to the public. But nobody questions the fact that he did exactly the same thing to somebody, when in fact all we did was regurgitate the words of this other gentleman that passed away in a violent manner. So it's like they are the epitome of hypocrisy.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
And
Like, you call it hypocrisy. Like, what do you think that you or me, and I've called it out till I'm blue in the face before, by the way, the hypocrisy, they don't care that they're hypocritical. They don't care at all.
I know that now.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I didn't understand why the hypocrisy was so blatant, but I understand now that they simply don't care about anybody but themselves, period, end of discussion. It's not like they have this empathy that they wear on their shoulder. They just simply don't care about anybody but themselves. And the narcissist analysis that you put upon it is exactly what we need to be talking about in terms of how to identify these weirdos. But more importantly, we got to ask people, how far are you going to take this? How far are we going to allow these people to go to take advantage of us?
Well, the thing is, we shouldn't be worried right now of calling out the hypocrisy, because it's laws for them are different than laws for us. They think they're special and they're aggrieved at the same time. It's a form of I have a video on this. It's a form of narcissism. And they want you to actually be saying exactly what you're saying right now. Why are they hypocrites? Like, why are they this? Why are they that? They want that from you. And they want you to keep questioning, like, wait a minute, what? But wait a minute, why? But wait a minute, why? Don't ask why, dude. They're just doing it because they're messed up, evil people. I mean, the answer is literally they are messed up, evil people. These are not good people. Everybody keeps telling me, oh, but these are normal people. These are your families, your friends. We got to treat them with like kindness and empathy. Yeah, we do to an extent. But if we don't push back and uphold our social contract, when they do stupid things, like some YouTuber gets unalived. A YouTuber. He's a YouTuber, you guys. Like this guy's supposed to be a YouTube guy. Gets unalived. And everybody's like crying like he's some saint. And he was a horrible, horrible person. And everybody's like, oh, that's it. If you say anything bad about him, it's like, what are you talking about, you whack jobs? Of course we're going to say something bad about him because he's a bad person. Like, why would we not say anything bad about this horrible guy? Oh, now he's not. He's not a horrible guy. Are you crazy? Like, what land do you think we're on? But they don't care. And let me tell you, the same guy who's like, "Ooh, you're not celebrating unalive," but then goes on to Twitter or onto whatever that is, Untruth Social, and say horrible things about Robert Mueller, who's like you know what I mean? Like his entire life was dedicated to public service and was like a war hero, full on war hero, and said horrible things about him, saying that I'm glad he's gone. I'm like, are you kidding me? Even I am an honorable gentleman. Okay. I'm from New England. I consider myself an honorable gentleman from New England, even though I don't live in New England. But that's how I was raised, to be an honorable gentleman. You don't speak ill of people of past, all that stuff. You look at how honorable those people were. And it's just crazy to think that there's like laws for them. They think they're special and aggrieved at the exact same time. It's the funniest thing ever. These people are, I hate to say it, people are going to be mad at me, but they're losers. These are losers of people. They are the dregs of society. And I hate that people keep saying, like they keep getting mad at me. Oh, you need to be empathetic. I am a highly empathetic person, but you also have to protect yourself from horrible, toxic people that have latched onto this movement. And they are not the same level. Some of these people, there are conservative people that have existed in this world. I'm not going to just let anybody up anymore.
I think that when you look at conservatism and throughout American history, we look at John McCain as being a conservative,
and he was a good dude. Like he's not. I didn't trust his. It's not that I didn't trust his politics. I didn't like his politics. I didn't like a lot of his stance. But when someone called out Obama, right, and said something horrible, untrue, horrible on stage during a debate, he was like, "Nah, that's not who he is. He's just a person I don't agree with." Like this lady said something horribly like racist about him, and said something, I don't remember I don't really want to say the words. I can't say the words because it will ban me on TikTok again, but said something horrible, and John McCain corrected her, right? So like, that's the kind of like gentleman conservative I was used to. George W. Bush, he was an awful person, yes, but compared to now, he wasn't so bad. He's looking pretty smart to me. I feel like holy cow, he wasn't as bad as I thought he was. So
I know we would do a lot to get him back compared to what we got now.
Yep.
And when we look at the conservatism,
here's the problem though. Here's the problem with conservatism. I don't want to interrupt you, but hold on one second. I have to say this before I forget. Conservatives don't exist anymore, guys. They have been taken over by this fascist movement. And they have gutted, they have exactly what happened in 1930s Germany. They pretended to be a certain movement. They got into power and then gutted that movement and pretended to be something. They destroyed it from the inside out, which they already did. If you call yourself a conservative today, you are those people. I'm sorry, but you are all now tarnished, and it's your job to fix that. It is your job, not our job, to fix that. You are tainted for life. If you say you're a conservative or you are MAGA people, you are tainted for life in my book. You are gone until you make your reparations to us. You make your admission to us and say, hey, I did wrong. I need to do better. You don't need to actually admit it like right now, but you need to make a penance, because the stuff you did here, it will be remembered forever. And you are not, if you are conservative now, you are for those people. Regardless of what you say, you're tainted. You can say, I'm a conservative, but I don't support that. No, you are that. You are that, dude.
I know that that is a fight that we've been fighting out here. There's a gentleman that I work with. His father was a black pastor in the rural area of Kentucky. I think his father's still alive. He's like 94 years old. And I asked him, I said, do you believe that your father would have been in line to vote for this weirdo, considering the civil rights era and all the sacrifices that he had to make for you? And you went and voted for this knucklehead? I said, come on, man. You're not being too bright.
You're not being strong enough towards them. That's the problem. Like you're not like holding them accountable. As far as I'm concerned, man, you got to hold them a little bit more accountable than that. I mean, I get it. You don't want to, but I just feel.
Yeah, because sometimes you feel a little strange when you're talking to a grown man and say, hey, you need to look yourself in the mirror and understand that the sacrifices that your father made did not give you a pass to be dumb and stupid.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it all comes down to, is that he thought it was going to benefit him. Oh, my 401k is going to be better, or my portfolio is going to get better. And I said, if you're voting for just you, then you're not even taking full advantage of the voting process, when you should be thinking about the collective and the embetterment of the human people, as a human race. If you're not doing that, I don't even want you to be my neighbor.
Yep.
I'm just facts. I'd rather live by myself in Tibet before I'll be next door to some weirdo. That's just how my thinking is. Unfortunately, I shouldn't be thinking about this in a real sense, but I've cut out a lot of people that have voted for this guy that I never thought that would ever do that.
Right?
Yeah, it's sad, man. People that I grew up on the same street as me, come from the same neighborhood, same struggles, and it's like it's a fad or something. Like they were just voting for this guy because it was popular. I'm like, are you guys out of your mind? The disenfranchisement of groups of people that they're exercising their power against, I just can't forgive them. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to say sorry about, man. I can't disagree with you on that. The thing is, like, the people you care about, I would recommend, this is just my opinion. Okay, dude, what a jerk. Told you I'd ban you, bro. I don't think it was worth it, but Steve, you're gone, man. You are banned for life. You will never see me or the stream again. I'm glad you had your little fun, but you are going to be gone now. I don't know if that was worth it for you. I don't know, dude. Why would people do that? Just be banned for life. Bye. Yeah. See you later, buddy.
Like you said earlier, they want to own the libs.
Dude, he owned the libs right off of the, like, why would you want to get banned? If you're having fun in the chat, just stop saying stupid things, like aggressive, like saying horrible, horrible things in the chat, I think he was actually trying to get my stuff banned. It's kind of funny.
Strange fruit, man.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, it's life. You can't fix them all. That's what I'm trying to say. The movement attracted all these like losers to it, who are like just horrible non-society people that are bad for society in general. And all these other people, unfortunately, whether it's real conservative people who are pretty bad and no one really likes their policies in the first place, but on top of that, they blend with these other people to create this like hate and this fascist movement that's happened on the right. It's over with for them. They are now that. I keep getting people commenting on my stuff all the time saying, oh, I'm not at this. I'm a real conservative. I'm like, no, dude, you're this. That's your problem. It's your job to fix this. This is your party. Go and fix this.
Yeah, I don't think they want to confront that reality though.
Well,
it
doesn't matter.
Like, they got to look themselves in the mirror and say, I did this. I contributed to this problem. And as far as human beings are concerned, it is hard to unlearn stuff. It's hard.
I don't know if it's that. I don't know, man. Here's the thing. Like, I don't know if it's that hard though. It was never hard for me, even when I was like 6 or 7 years old, to like just treat people as people and to not be disrespectful. Yeah. I was taught to not be disrespectful. We were all taught to not be disrespectful, to mind our manners, to not say horrible things. Of course, they're like, I have like a whole bunch of people outside like mowing the lawns and stuff all of a sudden. I don't know their schedule. So like all of a sudden I'm here on a Friday at whatever time it is. It's crazy. Well, you know, Heather in my Facebook chat, they don't want to be held accountable. I agree. And Steve has now been held accountable. He has been blocked for life. He will never see anything ever again. I don't know if that's what he wanted, but that seems like a very like stupid thing. Like, hey, I really don't like this food. Well, dude, I know you don't like the food, but we're going to just eat it for tonight. We'll have better food tomorrow. No, I really don't like this food. And I'm like, dude, you're never going to eat again. If you, if you do this, keep doing this. And then all of a sudden he's like, and like does it anyway. And it's like, okay, dude, like you think you're like some rebel, like counterculture. You're not, you're a loser culture. Rebel countercultures like Fonzie or like those are cool characters. You're not a cool character. You're not like some rebel of society. You're not like a punk from the 70s or 80s. You're not like, you know, hairband rock who are like raging against the machine, like, or even Rage Against the Machine. Like, you're not that. You're just a loser who like glommed onto some like horrible person. So I don't know, man. It's just funny how many people that are out there that are so messed up.
Yeah, I think that Donald Trump, he exposed that reality for most of us that we just didn't even know existed. And it's now such a reality. We have to come to grips with that and move on to the next step.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Whatever that next step is going to be, we got to come to a collective understanding and say, these are the steps we're going to take based on the information that we have.
Yeah. The question is though, when it comes to that, how do we know what that next step is? This is a really tough question right now because we don't know what that is. I don't think any of us know. And not only that, we have leadership in our lives that don't fight for us. They are leadership in the Democratic Party right now, and they are silent, or they're doing something performative rather than actually, yeah, right. Rage Against the Machine, great band. But you can only listen to them for so long until they make you really upset though too. You gotta really mix it up with Rage. You can't just be like Rage Against the Machine. Then you're gonna be. It's kind of like putting yourself in the. I mean, Rage Against the Machine has great music, of course, but you know, it's kind of like putting yourself in the right-handed hate cycle. You start going, I'm just mad at everybody. You know, it just makes you mad at everybody. And I think it's dangerous to get. I think extremes are dangerous, guys. Okay, so. I think being extremely far left, which is communism, isn't good. It doesn't work. It doesn't help anybody. Being extremely far right doesn't work, and it's fascist, right? The exact opposite of communism is fascism. Both of these two things don't work. One is brutal and rules by violence. One is, you know, pretending to be not this, but just on the other side of brutality and rules by authority also. They both rule by extremes, and they're not good. And another level over here on the left side is anarchy. Anarchy is not good for anyone either, guys. No rules. I know a person on Twitter, she would come into my audio chats and she'd be like, I'm an anarchist. I'm like, I don't think you know what that means. You would not make it very far in an anarchist type of world. It's basically Mad Max. You guys have ever seen those movies? It's all literally lawless. Like it's every person for themselves. Let me tell you how good that works. It doesn't work. So extremes on the left and extremes on the right are bad. You know what's really, really good? It's not really even the center, but just left of center, because left of center are for democracy, are for the people, are for people voting, are for that. And if you're just even a fraction to the right, conservatives, you're into keeping the status quo, the people in power in power. And that's where the right and left actually come from. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the right and left came from I think it was like 98 or 1794. I have the dates wrong. Don't quote me on the dates. But the French Revolution happened and they were like, we're making a new government. everybody who believes on this side, maintaining the aristocracy and all these like princes and lords, keeping all their money and lands and all their servants and slaves type people. Let's keep them. Everybody go on the right side of the aisle. On the left is for democracy and freedom and for voting and elections and all that stuff, and let the people decide. And that's where that phrase, the left and the right, came from. Like, that's crazy to think that a lot of people don't even know that. Like, that left or being liberal, owning the libs. Liberal democracy is what we want. A liberal democracy is where people vote in our leaders. Liberal has been like deemed as bad, but just look up the term liberal democracy. It is truly,
liberals gave them all their rights.
Yeah. You know, the funny part is that's where authoritarians come from.
Have today. Yeah.
Authoritarians take that right and abuse that right. And they go, oh, free speech, free speech. That's how fascism comes into power as well. Oh, free speech, don't mute my speech, free speech, free speech. And we have this tolerance where we tolerate people that have no tolerance for others. But we supposedly have to tolerate them. They clutch the pearls when you don't tolerate them, but they say horrible things in a calm, nice voice, but they're still saying horrible things. That does not make what they say right. And we have to call these people out. We have to not give them platforms. We have to stop these people from getting power. We have to vote and make sure none of these horrible people ever have power in our lives again, ostracized away from power forever. Because there are certain people that should have power and there are certain people that should not have power. And you can see right now that who shouldn't have power. When the far right gets power, it turns into fascism always. It's never not fascism. It's ruled by one leader, obey or you will be hurt. One leader, you have to listen to everything he says. He's never wrong. I have a fascism video that I recorded, but I'm worried it won't go well on social media. It's really dangerous. Hey, Corey PD, thanks. I know, I agree. I can't believe that people can't see reality either. I'm worried about just letting anybody up to audio chat, by the way. I really want to let you guys up, but some of you, I don't know who you are, so I can't let everybody up. Kelly, did you want to say anything else, Kelly, or do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think we can maybe explore the topic of like the two parties and how they evolved and how like it's affected us now. And the fact
What
that
do you mean?
people have this allegiance to their party, like they do a sports team. Like I'm a Cowboys fan, but I come by honestly, I'm from Texas. I mean, I know most of the years they don't play well, but I'm not deluded about that. But I still root for them. I'll be a lifelong Cowboys fan because it's in my blood.
Okay.
But people are now trying to put politics into sports, and they're having that kind of allegiance to people just because they have that label. You know, even in Trump's earlier years, he went back and forth between Democrats and Republicans when he was talking about running eventually for president.
I can barely hear you. You're cutting in and out. I don't know what you're using if you're using headsets or whatever.
Sorry, my earbuds died.
Speak into your mic there.
Is that better?
Way better. Everybody's like thumbs upping in the audience.
Okay, sorry. I'm not.
Everybody's asking, have you been drinking? I'm like, no, she's not drinking, guys.
No, I'm not.
She's just chilling out in her.
No, I've been working all day.
Yeah, exactly. She's just relaxing. It's a Friday. She's kicking back.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think that people have this allegiance to the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, and the way it used to work is that you did have people that were hardcore Republicans and Democrats, and they were like 20% on either side. And so a candidate would, sorry, the echo is bothering me.
I can't hear the echo, so it doesn't bother me.
So when people would run for office, they would kind of focus on that 20% and really carry the party line in order to get through the primaries or to get on the ballot, whatever the process is for whatever office you're talking about. And then they would move more centrist so that they could so that more people would identify them from the middle, if that makes sense.
It does. Oh, did she drop? Oh, she dropped. Oh, okay. She disappeared from my screen. Okay. Well, come back up if you can. I think maybe she had a battery problem or something. I don't know. Tom, you're up here, man. You want to say something?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, everybody has an echo, huh?
Usually dude, I don't know. Yeah, I can't really hear it. So.
Yeah. But I was concerned a little bit about the guy that was up. I don't want him to get disappointed because narcissists are in every race, in every group. It's just that the MAGA is organized narcissism, organized for power and state control and all that. But narcissism is in the families. How they feel, how they operate is that they know each other and they're the majority of the population, and they look at us as the suckers and the marks. So we're controlled by our emotions and sensitivities and compassion, and we're quick to cry and care about people and fall into emotional stuff, and they just inside are laughing and behind all. And they all know each other, work with each other, and they use us empaths for their come up, and we're their life source because we're more likely to be connected with source. So you had said you're not a religious person, but a true empath, religion chooses you. You don't have to choose religion. Religion will choose you, meaning that just being empathetic means you're sensitive to the universe and energy, the frequencies, and
I'm a scientist, bro. So like, there's no no religion influences me.
Well, maybe not scripture, but I meant energy wise, that you feel love and you feel all what's behind religion is spirituality. The point is that you're in an elevated, enlightened space. So some people need scripture to do that. Some others need meditation and prayer. And if somebody's just naturally that way, then God bless them. So you're religious in that sense. I'm not religious in the sense of rituals and all that, or going to a building. But yeah, so yeah, no, we got to be cautious all around us. These people they know each other, and they've done god awful things to get in the club, regardless of religion, race, country, nationality. They've been involved in this kind of darkness since they were children, and we empaths are the suckers. They laugh behind their back until we wake up, like you, where you see them for who they are and they call them out. Boy, that's what I do. I wrote a book called Grandstander. It's a novel. It's pretty deep. Anybody want to check it out? Can. It's on Amazon.
Promoting your book on my TikTok, bro.
Well, okay, whatever.
Gotta love the hustle, but at the same time, I'm not even promoting my book on my own TikTok live.
Yeah, but
everybody buy the book. Everybody buy my book. Buy my book.
Well, unless I put it in chat, I don't think they'll. But yeah, no, just yeah. So when it comes to MAGA, they can be called stupid because they're on the inside. They're like laughing at us because their whole operation is so gaslighting us that anything he says, they're in
No,
on it.
negative,
Oh, you don't agree
Ghost
with that?
Rider. Yeah, negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Yeah, you're wrong. These are not smart people. You act like they're playing 4D chess here, dude. These guys aren't even playing checkers. They're not even playing tic-tac-toe. These are idiots that are just along for the ride. They're sitting on their couch, turning on liberal media going, all right, time to own the libs today. Let me get my popcorn. And they're sitting on their couch watching this stuff going, this is entertainment. I'm voting for my man. Like, dude, this is all reality TV to them. They don't care. They want to see you. They will spend $100 to see you lose 10. So don't give them credit. Like these guys are geniuses. They're idiots. They're dumb people. Dumb people. Majority of the people you see on social media are I don't know what I'm talking about, dumb. They know how to be schoolyard bullies, and that's it. Just like this guy that's in my chat right now, trying to be a bully again, trying to talk smack. I'm a 6'5" dude, bro. Like I'm 6'5", 220 pounds. In reality, Mr. Keyboard Cowboy, you would not fare well. Like if you saw me in person, you would be a little scared from a giant man. So I think it's funny that they talk so tough, but these guys are the biggest, weakest people on the planet. They're wimps.
But would you agree that they
are simpletons. They do not think. They let other people think for them. And then they get that feed into their head and go, that's who I hate today.
But would you agree that Trump and them have a language that's similar to a dog whistle, that they understand each other and identify with each other and have a understanding of social cues or double meanings that Trump talks that perhaps someone who doesn't is not in that same group or would not be able to comprehend? I feel like they so identify with Trump that a lot of his language is dog whistle language, MAGA, narcissistic dog whistle language.
Dude, it's obvious. It's dog whistle language that he's calling all bullies. He's calling all the abusive bullies to the stage and going, hey, man, this is your time to do all the horrible, hateful things you wanted to do to all these elitists, all these smart people. There's a video, and I can't share it because I can't share my screen in this stupid box. It's very restrictive, but there is a video. There's a TV show called Generation Unalive. I can't say the word, but Generation Unalive on HBO. And there's a guy who says it. It was a very good clip from there. And I remember watching it and going, this is exactly how these people who are mediocre, thank you so much for whatever that was. That was really cool graphic on my screen. There is a guy, I can't remember, I just lost my train of thought. There is a way, people that are mediocre, that don't do the work, that don't want something different in life, that sit back and watch others put in decades of their lives in school and research to be experts in categories. And these other people sit back and just hate them for doing well in life, for doing good things with their lives, because they were in the same situation, but this other person decided to work and go into financial aid debt and to do all these like things that they weren't wanting to do, because why would you want to do that when you could just do the same thing every day? And then at 70, you go, oh, wow, I'm a loser at 70. My life has passed me by, rather than actually taking the risk and trying to change. None of these people want to do that. They're used to being told what to do. So they hate people that actually have done anything in their lives outside of what they've done. They're jealous of everything that you see on the internet. They're so mad at like newscasters that are supposedly like liberal TV, and they do these false comparisons of like, oh, Fox News and CNN are like the same, they're a different thing. And like, no, they're not the same, guys. They're not the same. One's based in facts, one's for entertainment based on WWE wrestling. Okay? It's not the same thing, and they're false equivalents. And I hate people who actually try to equivocate that with real facts and real information. I think it's crazy to think that there are people out there that think it's okay to even compare these two things. That's like comparing Americans and the United Kingdom in World War II against like the Germans in World War II. Who are the good guys and bad guys? We all know, right? But then someone going, no, they're both equally bad. No, they're not both equally bad. They're not both equally bad. None of that. There's no 4D chess going on here. These people are just, dude, your speaker, I don't know what's going on with your stuff, but I gotta mute you. I don't know why there's like so much like reverb and stuff, but I can just tell you guys, you guys think there's like an equivalence here of, I'm not saying these guys are not smart. Some of them are book smart. Some of them are. Many of them are, there's different layers of Trump supporters. There are the bottom of the barrel. These people count as votes. They are horrible people. I don't care what race, religion, whatever you think they are. I don't care what they are. They are horrible people that have then attached themselves to the bottom of this term called conservatism. These are people that should not be probably walking around in our society. Like, they're not good people, okay? And then there's another layer of people who are like young kids who are like lost and alone and they didn't know where to go. And they thought being a cool person is to support this, like this right-wing movement. So they got lured in by that Turning Point company. Oh yeah, look at this guy. He's like owning those other people. Like, you know, let's prove me wrong statements like that, dude. Like, come on, man. He was debating people that had no idea what they were talking about. And they were like celebrating him, like owning other people, because owning other people on video games, I don't know if you guys know this, but on social media and video games, that's like cool. This guy was doing what was happening on the internet in real life to people who are not qualified to do it. So like he was owning, that's kind of like playing against, I can't say the words, but it's literally like an amateur person coming in who's never played basketball before, playing against like, I wouldn't say Michael Jordan, but someone close to that level, and then going, wow, I can't believe this guy got, oh, it's like, what do you mean this? You can't believe this 5', like 8 person just got smoked by the best basketball player ever. Of course they're gonna do it. But then when you get somebody that's on the same level, that person got smoked. Okay. If you guys want to see that person get smoked, that Turning Point leader that's no longer with us, he got smoked by people at Cambridge University. These kids were like 10 years younger than him, but got smoked in debates, got smoked and owned, and he never allowed people up that actually knew what they were doing. He was a loser. Sorry, not sorry. These people celebrate loserdom. So then again, this big group again, let me get back to what I was saying. Big group of losers at the bottom that should not be connected to any party and were kind of like disconnected. Then there was that level of like young white males basically that are saying, yeah, it's cool to own the libs. Let's own the libs. That's what's cool. We're all partying. We're all like a big community now. And then there was like the next level up of like conservative people who were like, well, I can't vote for a Democrat because I've never done that before. That's crazy. I have to stay with this. I guess he can't be that bad. And then there were higher level people who are wealthier goes, hey, I'm just a grifter. I'm looking to grift. And guess what? Crime is legal under this guy. Sweet. Let's go do a bunch of crimes. Why it's legal. And he's going to pardon me right before he leaves office. He's going to pardon everybody so no one can get in trouble for the next 4 years of doing crime. That is exactly who these people are. Trashy, horrible people, young people who are disillusioned into thinking this is a good idea. Then there was like mediocre conservative people who are, these are all mediocre people, guys. I'm sorry to tell you. There's no smart people in these categories except for at the top. These people who are wealthy, who are like crime is legal, they are definitely smart, sociopathic, narcissistic, high trait of narcissism people. And those people are the only ones making out in this administration. Everybody else on that side, I'm sorry to tell you, everybody below the super wealthy people are making out really poorly and are still losers and are becoming more losers every time. And they're all getting off the train. They're all exiting quietly. except for the idiots that are like in my chats saying, oh, no way, never me, not me. These are the boomers at home booming. Boomer's going to boom, guys. Boomer's going to boom. Boomers at home talking smack on the internet because you know what they have in their lives? Like two things. They have their significant other is forced to think the way they are. They have Fox News and they have the internet where they can rage type at people. I hate you, young whippersnappers. It's the old, everybody knows one of these people in your neighborhood, or at least grew up going, man, that was an angry old man in my neighborhood. He was always like into our business. He was always like angry with me. There was always like some cranky old person in your neighborhood that was always calling the cops or always doing something like trying to cause you trouble. Or it's the person that's like in charge of your HOA that's always like, oh, look at your thing. It was broken or something. These are the people that are up in your business all the time. Those are the people who are like, yeah, let's own the libs. If you guys have ever seen The Necessary Conversation, you will see these people. They are horrible, horrible. And the thing is, like, they're not the older people, the boomers. They're being fed outrage. It's like crack to them. It's like cocaine to them. It's like any other drug to them. These boomers are at home going, yes, outrage, outrage, outrage. They are getting high off of this stuff. They love the outrage. It's an addiction. They wake up waiting to hear who's the new target today. Let's get the chants down. Let's get the words down. Let's get the phrases down so that we can be like, build the wall, stuff like that. Like, these guys are good at giving people little things to like all chant with together. They're really good at giving them slogans. They don't even know what they mean, but they all can say them because they're really easy to remember. Let's all say this phrase together. This is what's happening. There's a whole bunch of layers. I'm going to make a video about this so you guys can understand the layers of like these right-wing people. I don't even call them conservatives. And by the way, anybody that's conservative right now, anybody that's right-wing, that claims to be right-wing, you are exactly these people. You go, oh, they're not like me. No, they are you. And it's your responsibility. And you are tainted with it. Just like the Germans, the good Germans in World War II, we held those people accountable too, guys. All of them, the entire population, struggled for decades because of they were good Germans. They just sat back and let it happen. Well, guess what? They suffered. I promise you. You have no idea. If you don't know history, you will absolutely just look this up and find out what happened to a lot of the German cities, but also what happened just right after Berlin fell. It was insane stuff. And I can tell you, these people are, I don't know, these people are a lot like that. These are good Germans letting this happen, and it's not okay to be a good German. Not in this United States. I don't think it's okay to be a good German. You guys might think it's okay, but I don't.
Lucas?
Yeah.
Number one, we're going to get you a cheat sheet in order for you to
not say the wrong words.
To look at. Yes. We love TikTok Shop. We love TikTok Shop. Yes. We're going to say schmugs instead of the Doug, the D one. We're not going to name the cane. We're just going to say Coca-Cola. Yeah, those kind of things. And what's the other word? Teletubbies? Yes, we're going to do Teletubbies.
Yeah, I need the cheat sheet.
Yeah, you need a cheat sheet. But yeah, I was listening to you before I go get my daughter from the bus. While you were talking, the whole time I was here, I was teleporting myself back in the time when I was little, growing up. I was in middle school, high school, and I'm thinking back because my personality, I'm that why person. I'm the Scorpio that sat back and I watched to see what happens. I like consequences. Is it good? Is it bad? When they do this, what happens? And I can picture in my head those that you were talking about that didn't focus on doing work in school. Maybe it was hard for them, or they just chose not to, but they were always mad at the smart ones, always mad
Right.
at the nerds who were doing what they needed to do.
I remember it well.
To progress.
Yep, I remember well.
You
Yep.
can see them in your head, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so what I'm thinking is my direction in how I feel like the MAGAs are going through is that he dumbed it down. When I was in middle school and high school, when I looked at politics and senators and congressmen, and I was like flabbergasted, like, oh my gosh, who can be that smart to be in those positions, ruling the world and making these grand decisions? But in comes him, and he dumbs it down for them. He no longer did they have to think about um, explaining or trying to evaluate what in the world a smart man was trying to say to them. He just throws it out. He barely talks about anything, and he pulls in every aspect of those little cliques from middle school and high school, the ones that um, couldn't dance. He brought those in. The ones that didn't fit in and they were bullied, he brought those in. But then he also brought in the bullies. He brought in all the little pieces. And I think you had a video of one of that. But
Yeah,
he
I did.
brought in every little piece of those misfits, and they all now are in love with him because they feel seen. They feel like this is the first time that they actually can understand what politics is about, even though they're not, even though they don't. But
Yeah.
it gives them that false sense of, oh, okay, he's on my level. Like, he can talk to me and I can actually understand the things that he is not making sense with. It's like, yeah, he's so smart.
Yeah, but it's really, so here's the problem with that though, is these people are not intelligent. And that's the part
No, they're
this
not.
is the problem, is that they think the answers, you can answer things with the answers are simple with their for a complex problem, and they're not. When he goes, I alone can fix things, like, dude, it's so obvious what he's saying. Like, these people don't know history. Most Americans don't know. It's scary how much they don't know, like, real history. This is the problem in the United States. Like, I didn't realize how bad it was until I looked up. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to let MAGA Daddy up. Yeah, it was a good idea. I can't wait for them to scream in my ear or something like that and just like disconnect. So I think you're right. In the 80s, and if you watch 80s movies, I've proven this to myself just the other day, just to make sure I was right. 80s and 90s movies always shows, especially 80s movies. There's a nerdy kid who's really smart. And he's trying to get the girl. And then there's like the jocks who aren't very smart. It's almost like every movie in the 80s. And they pick on the kid who's smart, and the jocks are, the guys are like smoking cigarettes and driving fancy cars. And these are the guys who peak in high school, right? And I was very much so. This is the time when you, like, in the 80s, you would go to, like, every movie from the 80s shows this scenario happening where
Grease.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. There's like the greasers and the socias, and then like later in the 80s there was the heads and the preppies, right? Or whatever it is. Like, there was like a bunch of names throughout history. It's always been the smart kids and the not so smart kids, and the not smart kids would try and fight and pick on. It was always, the bullies were always the ones who were the ones who turned into basically the right-wing people, right? So at the end of the day, these people, they've been trained in a way. Society, movies just echo society and how it is. I remember I went to a few different high schools in my time, and one of my high schools, the entire school was frowned upon to get good grades. You were made fun of if you were smart. Didn't matter if you were tall, short, good looking, ugly. If you were smart, you were ostracized by people, and people would make fun of you, and they would kind of like bully you. And then I went to another high school after that, and it was, if you were not smart, you were kind of like socially ostracized, right? You were like, whoa, why are you doing bad stuff? The path to like a better life is to not do crazy, not to do things, not to pick on people, not to bully people. It's to actually get good grades and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, wow, you're a product of your environment, big time. And that proof was all these people I knew there in that first high school, which tied back to these 80s movies and 90s movies, I was always like, wow, this is literally how it is in most high schools. I got lucky and got to another high school, and in that school, everybody wanted to do well. Everybody wanted to take like college preparatory classes and all these things. And it was such a different dynamic of like what it looked like to be successful in life and what it was like, you're a nerd. And so like everybody that was here, like in life, almost all of the people I went to high school with in this high school are down here in society and still living that negative, let's pick on people. And the people I went to high school over here run the effing world, right? We've all had like pretty successful like tracks eventually, right? Not always at the same time, of course, but eventually got to places in life and made better parts of their lives. And I think being educated in the United States we can't talk about that enough. We have to get people educated. And the problem is conservatives, the far right, and the right, just the right in general, want you not smart, want you not educated. They don't want you to know history. They don't want you to have access. They don't want women to have like careers, which is insane to me. Like, why would you not want someone to be a functioning member of society and have a career of their own, money of their own, so they can make their own choices? Like, what is wrong with you? To me, that sounds insane.
You know what else sounds insane to me is the thought of doing homeschooling for my kids. Like I feel like it robs them of their ability to socialize, to commune with other cultures and ideas. That they're stagnant at home, and it I don't know. I think that it isolates them from real life, from reality. It takes them a while before they learn how to drive and do these kind of things because they're so comfortable in the home environment. How many of them have a passport? How many of them have left their communities? How many of them have gone to another state? There's so much in the United States, so many beautiful places in the United States to go and visit. Have they been outside of their own little bubble? And I think the more that they stay in the bubble is the more that they look at the outside as dangerous and as the enemy. Um, that they need to be introduced to some different things and realize that no, it's not so bad out here. There's some things I can learn and some things I didn't know, and it's not dangerous.
Yep. I think I mean, I made a video about this, like why you're immune to the Trump cult. And it basically said the first major bullet in that list of things I listed was education and exposure to people that are not like you. And if you don't expose yourself to other people and you grow up with not seeing people, all you see is people that think like you, look like you, act like you think that that's normal, right? That's what your parents are kind of modeling. That's normal to you. Your friends are modeling. That's normal to you. You don't know what good looks like. The number one rule in business in general, right? And I've applied this to like life and everything else as well, because it just works. If you don't have a model of what good looks like, you take the model that you've been given. That,
correct,
right? So like, it doesn't matter if it's love, doesn't matter if it's friendships, doesn't matter if it's like anything in society, in life, business, work, everything. If you don't know what good looks like, how are you supposed to succeed at what good is? And if you don't have that model, everything you try to approach with bad information is going to turn out bad for you. So I think education and exposure allows you to reframe what good looks like, and especially education. Like, you work with people in group courses and stuff like that, or group projects. You start to realize these people are not bad; they're good people. These are. I just don't understand like how people could live that way. To me,
Lucas, I'm trying to figure out, is it just the panel, is that echo, right?
Yeah, I don't hear the echo myself, so I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do to fix it.
I do. It's only when you're up on the panel that you hear it.
Yeah.
Because when I was down in the comments, I didn't hear it at all. But now that I'm speaking, yes, I hear myself echoing, and I have to just ignore it.
Sorry about that, guys. I wish I knew how to fix it.
No,
if I could fix it, I would.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason I came up here.
Oh, sweet.
Well, yeah, to thank you for coming on my show last week. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I don't remember being on your show, but I'm glad to be there.
Friends with Political Benefits, Jen.
Oh yeah, of course I remember that.
We were
Sorry.
on a panel. We were talking about the Manaverse and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so you're using Studio?
I am using TikTok Studio. Yeah, on my desktop. Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Tell me what to do.
So at the bottom.
Yes.
There's 2 lines with little circles.
Yep, I'm on it.
Okay, click that. How many microphones is it showing?
1.
Okay. How many audio outputs is it showing?
Primary speakers. Let's see here. Primary microphone is this microphone right here. There's nothing. I don't know. I don't see anything else. It just says I have a Rodecaster Pro. I don't know if you know what that is, but.
Okay. Yeah. So you got microphones. Is there an audio? Like a little audio section under where it says microphones?
There is a little cog there, but yeah, it says audio. It does say audio. It says primary speaker my Rodecaster.
Okay.
Yep.
So click the little gear.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And audio effects.
Okay.
And is the little circle with a line through it?
Yep.
Clicked?
Yeah, it's clicked. Yeah, that's clicked.
Okay. What about the reverb? Is that on or off?
I don't see reverb. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, it's not. Here comes reverb. You ready for reverb? Can you hear me now? Is it reverbing?
No.
Is it echoing for you still?
Wait a minute. Am I echoing? Yeah, I'm echoing a little bit.
Yeah, I turned on reverb and then turned it off. Equalizer's on. Templates are on. I don't know. I can put it on deep. Let's see if that works. Does that work?
No, that should just change your voice.
Oh, okay. That was a voice changer? Okay, my bad.
Try the gear next to your microphone.
Yeah, I've done this already.
Oh, you tried it? Make sure the reverb's off and everything?
Yeah, hold on a sec. I'll still try it though. I mean, can't hurt, right? Yeah, it's not on. And also general settings, I have noise suppressions at medium. Yeah, unfortunately. And audio monitoring is off, like all of it. Echo cancellation's on auto.
Oh, so, turn it off.
It's on now. Did it do anything? Did it change anything?
Hello? Oh, I think it stopped.
Ooh. Did it really?
Yeah. I think it stopped. I don't hear it anymore.
There you go. Either. Thank you very much. I can't believe it. The girl.
Okay, let me follow you.
You are awesome. I appreciate it. I can't believe I'm not following you too. What the heck? It worked. The girl, Lisa, you hooked it up.
See, I've been using Studio for a while, and I had
a lot of
issues with it. So I had to figure it out pretty quick.
Oh, it's brutal. So, I never heard the echo, but I can just imagine. I have heard echo before, and it is brutal when you're trying to talk. You can't focus.
Goodness, it drives you nuts because people hate the sound of their own voice already. And then to hear a like constant feedback of your own voice is so distracting. But yeah, so I would absolutely love to have you back on the show, just you, because I felt like there was like too many people on the panel that night. And I had a lot of questions to ask you and I never got to do it. But one of the things that one of the videos that you did, which I thought was really, really interesting, was about conservative women. And
that one was hard, by the way. When I made that video, I thought, like, wow, everybody's going to really want to know about this. Oh my gosh. And nobody wanted to know about this. They wanted to destroy, like, so many women came out and reported it. That video got banned for a little while. I had to like appeal it and stuff. I had to appeal it on like TikTok because a bunch of people like reported the video. I'm like, dude, this is just, I'm using like psychological, like peer-reviewed studies in in everything I do. Like, what are you talking about?
It was conservative women who answered the questions.
Yeah.
Who answered the questions in the study. Like,
yeah.
But the thing was, I was not surprised. I had been saying this for years.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for years, that conservative women felt like liberal women or women on the left or independent or feminist or whatever you want to call us, right? That we were making them look bad. like that us having it all, quote unquote, right? Us having careers and having the family, or choosing not to have the family and having careers.
Right.
That this was somehow making them look bad, or somehow showing them up, or showing them what they didn't have, or whatever. Right. And it like, it makes so much sense to me, like why they had so much, I want to call it poison for Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, right?
Yeah.
Besides anything else, it was the fact that these were very, very accomplished women who also had families.
Yes.
Right. And I thought I was like, finally, somebody actually said it out loud. There's actual data to back up.
Yeah.
Something that to me was obvious. Like, it was obvious because of the way you saw. I always thought you saw more misogyny and more like hatred coming from conservative women than even from conservative men sometimes.
Yeah. And the worst part was, like, it wasn't just that. It was that I couldn't believe women wanted to hurt other women so badly because their life wasn't going the way they want it.
Yes.
And I've seen it in real life, but I didn't think it was like at such a grand scale of like hatred because somebody else was doing better than them. Like, women getting power and having the ability to like choose because they have money of their own, a career of their own. They don't have to rely on somebody. They get to choose somebody, not because they absolutely need them, but because they want to be with those people. And if they choose, that you get to choose to also not be with toxic people just to survive. Like, it's an amazing situation. That I always, and maybe I'm I don't know what you call it, evolved. I don't really know. I've always been just common sense, like logic. And maybe it's data and science have always been my like savior of life, because it's unquestionable, right? You can't until now, which is insane. But you could not question 2 + 2 = 4, right? It was always this thing I could grab onto to make sense of my world at the time. And to logically treat others differently just because of like some external or some biological thing, yet they're the same, they're people. It just didn't make scientific sense to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you want to not treat people like the same way you are treated? Or how, even better, why don't you treat them how they want to be treated? And I just don't, it never made sense to me.
Somewhat of a perspective on that.
Yeah, hold on one second, Matt. So it really didn't make much sense to me that people were like that. It's pretty shocking to hear, especially conservative women like come in and attack me. And then a lot of them, by the way, this is on the DL. They kept saying, don't you dare tell anybody, but this is how I feel. They were like, confirmed everything I said. I had hundreds of people on Facebook specifically in the DMs,
Really?
All of them going, this is so accurate. Unfortunately, I even voted for him. And a lot of this was exactly what you said, actually. My neighbors voted this way, and my catty neighbors all think this way also. All these catty, stay-at-home older women that are in their like late 50s, early 60s are just like angry at women wanting careers and all these things. They thought, this is what a few of them said to me very consistently, right? But it was not a lot enough to be consistently statistically relevant, but it was enough directionally relevant for me to go, holy cow. These women were like, they were mad that they could take a different route that these people didn't like have the guts to take, but they didn't want to say it. Like these people felt indignant that the other people thought these people literally projected onto the like women who actually have careers that they think they're better than us. That's what all of these people were saying. What they were doing was project, in my mind, I'm like instantly, oh, so they were projecting their insecurity onto these working women who are deciding to sometimes have a dog instead of an abusive like dude, or even these working women, there's a lot of women with dogs, by the way. There's a lot of, they get either that or they choose to be with, other women. It doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl. They choose sometimes instead of to be in like a toxic relationship, just to be in a relationship, because you're thought of like weird for not being in relationships now. And, you know, I was married. I can tell you right now, the best thing I ever did was not be married. So I could tell you,
Same, Lucas, I'm right there with you.
Exactly. I had a feeling you were going to say that.
I'm very happily unmarried for 18 years.
Yeah. So I don't want to be unmarried, right? I love the idea of having I'm straight, so I'm a straight male. I love the idea of having a partner that understands me and is all that stuff. But the thing is, being an empathetic guy as I am, I attract, and that's why I might sound like, oh, no, none of this. I attract like very narcissistic, like women, like very broken people, because I am a positive, and it might not sound like it in my videos, but I'm a very optimistic, positive person. So like I attract and high energy. I don't need coffee. I haven't drank coffee in, weeks even right now. I have high energy and I like what I do. I have passion for things I do and stuff like that. And it attracts this energy attracts bad energy. Like not all the people that I attract are bad, of course not. But I've gone down paths of bad energy where I'm like, hey, I'd rather be single than anybody break any of my boundaries moving forward. And just one little hint of like boundary breaking, it's like it's over with for me. So I'm going to wait till I find someone that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what that is, Lucas? It's like the narcissists can see each other.
Yeah, I think so.
And they also can see the people that are nice and kind and empathetic that they can manipulate too.
And I hate being nice and kind sometimes, because nice and kind doesn't get you very far sometimes with like narcissistic trait type people. I've definitely been in good relationships before with good people. It's just that, sometimes you take a wrong direction. All right, back to what we were talking about. Matt G wanted to say something real quick. Matt G, talk to me, Goose. Matt G.
I was still muted. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just
okay.
kind of had an interesting perspective. Just wanted to kind of chime in on what you and that girl there were saying. As opposed of, well, first is how you find it hard to be able to wrap your head around like how people can be horrible to other human beings. I have a pretty unique background. I've grew up what I like to call on the fringes of society. My family was upper middle class, and we met. I've met people from all walks of life. My father met one of the popes, and for a brief period of time, I was homeless. So I've met everybody across all spectrums. And there is a class of people who believe that they are superior just based on whose uterus they punched out of and what their zip code is. And that simply entitles them to everything that they get in life. And, they're the exception to every rule. The laws don't apply to them. Nothing applies to them. And they just get to, I use the expression, walk between the raindrops, and the rest of the world be damned.
Yeah, I agree with you. There are some people that definitely think that way. I have friends that are like that, and they are very wealthy people, didn't work really hard for the money. They inherited a bunch of money from their parents or something like that, and they're they feel like the laws don't apply. And you know what? They have the money. I have to admit, in a lot of cases, they've gotten into some trouble, and they had enough money to pay for the right lawyers, and they are out of that trouble. So there's no question some people can afford to get out of bad situations that most of us, like most people can't. So yeah, there are people like that have never been held accountable. But you know what? The thing is, like, accountability eventually catches up to them. And especially on the right side of the fence, you keep seeing all these people that are getting arrested for doing horrible things. And I mean, it's just, eventually these guys, somewhere along the lines, they will get got. And it's not because of like karma. Everybody's like, oh, it's karma. No, it's not karma. It's that they continue to do bad things, and eventually their luck runs out. There's no karma in it. It's, if I do one bad thing, if I go speed right down the road, I probably won't get caught the first time I speed. But if I speed every time I'm driving, the likelihood of me getting caught for speeding goes up, right? So if you keep speeding everywhere you drive, you get caught. So these people don't just do it once or twice and then stop forever. These guys are always doing it. Then they just wait until they get caught. And that's what everybody likes to call karma. Sometimes it hits them faster, but they also get really, really lucky. So I don't know. I think a lot of these people are just broken, jacked up people. I think there's a lot of people who are also not wealthy who get unbelievably lucky because maybe they're very attractive, right? Very attractive people get away with a lot more stuff in life. I can tell you that right now. I am a 6'5" guy. I, at least at one point, was a pretty good looking dude. I didn't think that, but other people did. But being 6'5", like really smile and you're 6'5" and you're not an ugly person to look at, you can get out of a lot of things. And I don't mean like breaking the law or anything, but it gives you more things. I don't know why, but it just does. That is a thing. And the internet.
Privilege is a whole ass thing.
It really is.
Privilege
the difference
is a
between
thing.
myself and my younger brother.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. But I also, here's the thing. I didn't ask for it though, too, right? I didn't ask to be born and then grow into a 6'5" guy with like blue eyes and stuff. Like there's a song about this even, dude. Like, I just can't believe it. I don't think I should also people be mad at me for this because I didn't like ask for it. Yes, I have that, but I never, I never looked. I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to say.
No, I know what you're trying to
say. I don't want to apologize for being who I am for again, I'm doing my best.
Just recognize where it got you though.
Yeah, exactly. I totally recognize that. Not like everybody's like, oh man, it's really hard work to get you places. You know what? I have to admit, yeah, I worked my ass off, but you know what? There are some things along the way where the part that I called luck was like maybe half of it was because I was I smiled at the right person or I talked the right way and they looked at me and I was not threatening to them, or something like that, right? Along the way. I know that's what it is, but I'm not going to, at the same time, I do think I'm pretty talented at what I do as well. So not this doesn't count as one.
What is your background in?
I'm not talented at this. I'm really new at this.
The content that you do is like, did you major in sociology or
yeah, so
or is this
I had a double major in undergrad. I had a psychology and marketing. Actually I kind of had like a triple major, but one was like a minor, I guess you called it. It was, my minor was Spanish. I love speaking other languages. Then I have 2 master's degrees. I have an MBA and a master's in computer science. So yeah, I've been studying like my MBA. So my MBA, and also, I have a graduate degree also in psychology and leadership. So it's like basically social psychology and understanding, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like you have to understand people really well to be in marketing in general. And I was an online digital marketing pioneer, like all the stuff you guys see for marketing and like advertising technology that you probably don't even recognize. Like part of that stuff, I kind of like, I guess I had a hand in like inventing. So like my background is like social psychology and understanding. My mother was a psychiatrist also. So like it's like born into me. I had to deal with like a psychiatrist mother my entire life growing up, but I also like just dug into it so hard for like 20 plus years. I've been studying psychology for like 25 years, 26 years, to be good at marketing.
Had to be.
Yeah,
I think you had to be because even like I can hand you like anybody the data that you go through, but to be able to contextualize it, to be able to understand it and explain it to other people and what those data points mean.
Yeah, it's very, I appreciate that. I appreciate you recognize that. Like a lot of people don't see that part of it, but to be able to take a really complex theory and put it down into like a very understandable bite of information is a really hard thing to master. And I didn't know I was good at it until, honestly, straight up, I didn't know I was very good at it until like maybe 8 years ago. And I was like, I guess I was wondering, I'm like, you can't, I was asking friends, I'm like, why can't you do this? And I was really confused. I wasn't like, I was like, oh, you're not smart. I just didn't understand. Like, what do you mean you can't do this? I figured everybody could do it. And
do you ever find yourself like question, like, how is this so easy for me to figure? I can't be right.
Dude, all the time. But that's the problem with being smart, is that you're always second guessing yourself. You're always wondering like, I can't. I'm always like, I can't be right about this. But then I verify it and I go and go, holy cow, I am right about this. I can't believe it. I'm always surprised every day, probably 100 times a day. Like, I'm right about this. Like it surprises me. And, it also comes from I also grew up in a household that was like, because I was the outlier, the black sheep in my family, I was told I was too much. If you were smart and you won like awards, you were told to zip it. Like, don't talk about your award. Don't be proud of anything. Just let your work speak. Like, don't do anything good. I just like was good at certain things right out of the old, right off the old bat, right? 5, 6 years old. I was good at things that other people were bad at. And I was like, why? It's not my fault. I know how to do this right away. And you grow up in a family that doesn't like that, and they don't care about that. They just want to like maintain this authoritarian structure where you could, in a way, I was outshining my father, who's a very intelligent man, super smart. But I was like, what about this? And I would connect things, and he would like, it would almost like, he would not like that I knew something more than him. And he would be really upset with me. And then he would belittle me in front of my family. And my family was then, in a way, that would be giving them permission to also belittle me, right? So children. Exactly, yeah. Right. So like I had 3 brothers who were all like, all right, we can do this to him too. So like at the end of the day, I was probably, that's why I'm immune to all this garbage. And that's why I was the first one to graduate, even though I'm not the oldest in my family. First one to graduate college, the only one that has a master's degree at all. I'm the only one that went on to do bigger stuff, not big stuff, but bigger stuff than they did. And they all still, guess where? They still live in the same little place. And they all, they are. 2 of them were hard, and I'm talking hardest of hardcore MAGA. Like I actually thought they were there on January 6th. And I still think, straight up, between me and you guys, between me and you, I swear to God, I still ask them every day. I'm like, guys, I promise you I won't tell if you were there. I highly believe they actually were there. And I don't know, I can't prove it. They never talk about it, but they are that fanatical. Like I'll give you an example. And the airplane that, travels, basically Air Force One was flying in. My brother is so enamored, was at least, like I said, these people are quietly quitting. I promise you, they're totally quietly quitting. I promise they are. He was the most fanatical, said crazy stuff to me in 2023 that I was just like, do you hear what you just said to me? Like, it was really awful. If I could tell you, I would, but it would ban the chat. So I'm not going to do that. But he said awful things to me. Like, it was so fanatically crazy. I was just like, okay, dude, you realize what you just said to me? Let me repeat what you just said to me to you so you can hear what you said. Like, crazy stuff. And he went to and saw, and when I was visiting him, we went to go watch Air Force One land with his dear leader in it. And I'm like, we are literally going to watch an airplane land. Like, don't get me wrong. I've seen, like, I used to be a pilot. So like watching airplanes like land, like I love airplanes. I've loved airplanes since I was like 5 years old. But I don't need to go see this airplane land with this horrible person on board. Like, he was like excited, and they were like saluting the airplane and like with his kids and stuff. Like, he is Mr. Fanatic. We were on I'll give you another example, but I don't want to go too deep into this, but we were at a beach. I was visiting in Connecticut, and we live like right there, right across from like this little island called Fisher Island, New York. And we go to the beach there. We would drive our boats there and go to the beach there because like it's kind of like a private beach where you can only get to by boats. We were there, and he's flying this flag. We all know what the flag was, right? The Trump flag there. And he's flying this flag, and you could just see everybody on the beach just like eyeballing us. Like, they hate us. And there's like hundreds of people there. And we're the only one flying this kind of a flag. And I'm like, so embarrassed, so ashamed, of course. Cause I'm like, I'm not with these guys, but I am. We're in the same boat. This sucks. As we're driving away with his kids in the boat, these people are drunk and came in on jet skis, and they come out and they like want to fight because my brother did something. I don't remember exactly what he did, but he caused like a fight with these people. And I'm like, hey, and he's like driving away slowly, like calling them out. I'm like, hey, your kids are on your boat. Like, your wife is on your boat. Like, what are you doing? You're an adult, dude. if this goes down, there's like 5 dudes over there and it's just you and me. And I am not upset. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Like, you want to fight people over the Trump flag or whatever they're like doing to you. Like, you need to get a grip. Like, kid, I think that woke him up a little bit because we drove away and I think it took him like 30 minutes as we're driving across back to our place. I think he was like, whoa, like people were literally swimming out after our boat on jet skis coming at us. It was like Waterworld. If you ever saw Waterworld, It was Waterworld. Like these people were coming after us, like I'm like, what is going on here? And I don't have any paper to give them, like, because paper's really hard to come by in Waterworld. Anyway, so we got back, and I think he was moved a little bit to the point where, like, oh my God, I almost just got a bunch of people attacking me. Like, maybe something's wrong here. But it was only for a fleeting second, and then he went right back to full MAGA. And he had the bumper stickers. He kept wondering, like, why do people keep damaging my car? I'm like, dude, you have like Trump stickers all over your car. That's like it's like putting a bullseye on a golf cart at like a driving range. Like, why are people hitting golf balls at me? I can't imagine why, dude. Like, that's strange. He finally removed all of them around like February of last year. And I was like, wait a minute. He's like removing stuff? It's so unlike him.
That's the quiet quitting. That's
how
it is. You don't see it anymore. People
and
are
then
for the denial.
And then he starts talking, and then he starts talking less, and they start talking less about it, and they start talking less about it. 2 brothers, super fanatical, crazy stuff. They were saying like, yeah, I wish I could say stuff on here. They say just crazy stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe these guys are like quietly slowing down. And it's not just them. Of course, I don't use them as it's a canary in the coal mine. They are to me, right? Yeah. Then I go and find out, is this true? And then all of a sudden I see all of my other friends. I'm like trying to like text with them. And I have like lots of friends who were claiming to be like MAGA. And I'm like, hey, what's going on here? Oh yeah, I'm not really into that guy anymore. I'm like, what? What do you mean you're not into that? You were like die hard into that guy.
Yes.
All these people on Twitter, and I'm on Twitter, unfortunately, until, it was a cool place until it became a hellhole. I hope I didn't just get banned for saying that word.
No, you're fine.
And like I said, I was on there a lot. I was kind of like, that was my bastion of like where I used to like chat a lot. That's why I was never on TikTok and never on Instagram, anywhere like that. I was on Twitter because I was, I considered myself, a tech guy and an intellectual guy in tech and all that stuff. And I was on Twitter. It became a horrible place. And it's just, you can go there and get a barometer read though. All of those people turned, and they're all turning right now, quietly quitting the movement. And then eventually they're going to get on our side and then pretend like they were on our side the whole time.
Yep.
That is what's happening. Anybody that says it's not, they are delusionally wrong.
They are going to be the old people in the old folks' home lying about who they voted for in 2016 and 2020. Like, I mean, they really are, because it takes a lot of integrity and backbone, a lot of courage to admit that you made a mistake and to own up to it. Accountability is really hard for some people. Absolutely. And they see it as a weakness, and they don't realize it actually takes the bravest people are the ones who can just stand there, and say, yeah, oh yeah, screw the pooch on that one.
Right?
Yeah, boy, I was an idiot. Like that lady. You see the lady at the gas pump? She was like, yeah, I voted for him 3 times because apparently I'm an idiot like her. That's the energy you got to have.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, remember back on Happy Days, Fonzie was like, I was when he couldn't say wrong. It's kind of like that with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hate even saying, it's really hard for me to say these people even, because I don't really like to think of myself as better than people. I don't think of myself as better than people, but these guys make it really easy to think I'm better than people. I'm sorry. They really make it easy. Like, you cannot be this, like it used to be, these people used to not say anything, right? They would just like quietly spit in your food, right? Or some crazy stuff, right? Now these people are not, they are literally, auditorily speaking the spit into your food in real life. That's the weird thing. Like these folks are just toxic MFs and a lot of them want to see the world burn, like very much like the Joker in
them now?
Batman. What's that?
Are we othering them?
Yeah, well, I mean, they are. They are othering themselves. Like they're ostracizing themselves.
Yeah. Like they want to be othered. Like they think that they are better than everybody else. Like they're like superior because they know all these, the conspiracy theories that are actually, to them are fact, right? They know they're on the inside. They're in the cool kids club, and the rest of us are idiots that don't really know the truth and don't really see the truth, and we're sheeple and snowflakes and all the things.
That's the projection. That girl, can I know your real name?
Lisa.
Oh, okay, thank goodness.
Calls me Lisa. It's that girl, Lisa.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it's a long name that I can't see it.
Yeah.
Lisa, yeah, I agree with you. And I think everything they say, this is my opinion, okay? But I believe it's true. I'm a introspective person. So I'm always thinking like, am I projecting what I'm feeling to them or something? But the thing is like, I know I'm not, right? Those people are so simply one-dimensional people. This is like one of my videos, I think it was either yesterday or the day before. People operate on like multi-dimensional. I'm not talking about dimensions like UFO, creepy, weird stuff. I'm talking about like how many layers of complexity you see yourself as, right? A dimension of like, I'm not just a girl who streams on TikTok. I'm also a person who does this. I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm all these things, like many layers that you're a complex person. These people have a single layer of complexity. And if you ruin that, that's all they have. So they can't admit they're wrong, and they don't have depth of it all. They are as deep as a puddle. And if you remove that section from them, they have nothing. They don't have a thought. And I've met some of these people. I did not think they existed, by the way. I didn't know people didn't want to have an opinion or make decisions. This is the really important part. You can find out a lot about people when they cannot and don't want to make a decision. Ask somebody about something and to make a decision. And there are some people, and quite more than you think, at least in my opinion, you give them a decision to make and they will make no decision. They don't want to make a decision. They don't want a life that has less amount of decisions in it. They want other people to think for themselves. And I've met a few recently, just within the last 12 months. I was like, oh my God, you literally don't want to make decisions? Like, are you joking? Like, you don't, what was that? Who's this? Oh, dude.
My brother said,
you gotta go.
What?
No, not you. The girl, she turned her mic off and all of a sudden she's like, I don't know, she was on a casino or something. It sounded like just ring, ring. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh, you got a bunch of gifts one after another and your gift goal was met. That's why.
Oh, is that what's happened? I didn't even.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So you got all your lightning bolts have been, like you had 20 lightning bolts and you got,
I don't even know how that stuff works.
20. So in order to, so what you can do is you can exchange them for coins to give to other people when you're in their lives, or you can withdraw the money.
Got it.
That you get. Okay. But yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm not very familiar with this stuff.
It's okay. What was I saying? See, this is what happened when you turn 50. Your mind just goes.
Your mind is fine. Who says, oh my God, what's happening?
What was I saying, Matt? What was I saying? What were we talking about?
We were saying, you were talking about like how wonderful I am, stuff like that. I'm just kidding.
That's very
I'm kidding.
No, but what were you saying?
I completely drew a blank and I was ready to chime in too.
Sorry, yeah, that ringing stuff. You guys all heard that, right? That ringing noise?
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can all
I was saying, I'm like, man, that was so loud in my ears. I was like, oh. I feel like I was in a casino. We were talking about shoot. It was literally on the tip of my tongue.
I know. It's like right there. It was so good.
I can go back as far as like dimensions of people and how they're shallow and they're have one part of their.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
What them do? They want to be told what to do.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what they do.
yes.
So a few years ago, when Donald Trump was first elected, right, over Hillary Clinton, my brother said something to me. He said they want a father figure. He said
I have a video on that.
Yeah, I know. They will never vote for a woman. Those people, because they can only see a man in that position because they want a father figure. They see the president as somebody who's going to take care of them and tell them what to do and keep them safe. And they can't visualize a woman to be able to do that, even though most of them grew up in households where they actually had a single mom or their mom ran the entire household.
Yep.
And he said, so go figure, but that's how they see it. They want to be told what to do because when they don't know what to do, they don't have instructions. The world is very chaotic and unstable.
Yes.
But when they're told what to do and they have instructions, right, X, Y, Z, then the world feels very, stable and predictable and safe.
So true. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. There's also another thing where I think they keep going back to Obama. A lot of these people keep bringing back, what in the F is that? You guys are killing me. There's an Obama thing where when Obama really, who is this? What is that noise?
It's your
it's me?
Yeah, they're sending lightning bolts again.
Yeah, but how do I mute that so I don't hear it while I'm talking?
Oh yeah,
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll just not set anything. We're good. All right. So I think Obama was a trigger that set all this off, and here's why. They keep bringing it up. Oh, it's because of. I heard some people say this one day. I was like, what does Obama have to do with any of this? He hasn't been president for like a decade. What does he have to do with this? So I looked it up, and I did a bunch of research. I'm going to be making a video about this. Have you guys ever heard of the psychological wage of whiteness?
No.
Oh my God, it's going to be a great video. Yeah, you're going to love this video. Okay, so the psychological wage of whiteness. I can't remember the name of the guy who wrote about it, but there was this really cool dude who wrote about it. And it basically explains conservative or right-leaning people doesn't matter, like basically made white people. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Like imagine there's a white family growing up in like rural America. And then on the right-hand side, there's a black family. And on the left-hand side, there's a Hispanic family. These people are told psychologically that they're better, even though they make the same amount of money. They're all poor. We're better. They've hammered this signal into their minds for so long that they said, you are better because you're white. We're not going to give you any money. We're not going to make your life better, but you're white. So you're better. When Obama, so the thing, EB, I think it was called, the guy's name was EB, can't remember his last name, but it's EB something. A black guy from like early 1900s, really great social psychologist guy, really smart dude, late 1800s, early 1900s. And what happened was Obama destroyed the psychological wage of whiteness in these people's minds. They're like, we are no longer psychologically, like they couldn't rationalize being better anymore because the president of the United States is a black man. So that destroyed their idea of like, oh my God, at least I'm white, right? That's what they used to think. But the president was now an African-American guy, and you can't say that anymore. There is actually proven better person than you. That's the president of the United States.
Who is the highest?
Yeah, you can't argue anymore that.
The leader of the free world.
Exactly.
Is higher than you. And so I actually talk about this a lot in my live, Lucas, but I don't call it, would you call it the wage of whiteness?
The psychological wage of whiteness.
I call it their fake VIP.
Yeah, E.B. Du Bois. That's it. Thank you. E.D. Du Bois. Great guy.
Oh.
Unbelievably intelligent, like just brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant Du Bois. Yeah, whatever. I pronounce things but French way for some reason. Du Bois. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought it was Du Bois. Yes. E.B. Du whatever. E.B. Du Bois. I'm just going to say Du Bois because that's how I say it. he's a genius social psychologist. And when I read about this, it all just clicked for me. I'm like, this is why they can't get over Obama being president. This is the reason that broke their way of thinking of like, at least I'm a white person. I'm not poor and black, or I'm not poor and Hispanic. I'm poor and white. So I have more energy, or they have I don't know what it is actually, like what that thing that connects that little piece is, but it definitely makes me realize that's what broke when Obama got president, is that they don't have that to fall back on anymore. So now they're like majorly angry at everybody.
And Trump brought it back. Trump said that was an anomaly.
Anomaly. Yeah.
Right? I'm bringing back your white status, your fake VIP status. You're behind the velvet rope. You're not up here with us, us rich folks. You'll never be here, but you're not down there with them either. Yeah. And I think it explains. I think it also explains why you have Black MAGA and Hispanic MAGA, right? So they gave them, where before it was white people, they had a VIP status above Black and brown people. This time the other were immigrants, right? So now the VIP status was citizen versus illegal or non-citizen.
Right.
And so they told them, look, you're usually the one on the shit end of this stick, right? You're usually one that's being othered and marginalized. This time we're going to let you be part of marginalizing other people. You are a citizen. You are better than these immigrants. You are better than these non-citizens. And it works the same way. But I don't know if you've ever heard the Lyndon B. Johnson quote, which I think really works. I think you could open up your video with this, and people, it would just they would be like, whoa. So the way it goes is Lyndon B. Johnson is driving with like an aide or a reporter, I can't remember. And he's like, why do poor white people vote against their own best interest by voting for Republicans?
Sure.
And he said, if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket.
Yep.
Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you.
It's so true.
It's so it explains it. It just explains it all.
The thing is though, so here's the deal. Obviously I'm a white dude, so I don't think all white people think this way. I just think that the poorest of the poor, the people in our country that have been, devalued, all people that have been devalued and that are poor, oh my God, I turned off sound effects. It did not work.
I didn't do it, I swear.
No, it's not you. It's totally my fault. I keep pushing this button. I thought I destroyed the sound effects. It did not work.
I don't think there's a way to turn it off. I feel like I tried to turn it off before and it didn't work, because it irks the crap out of me.
Yeah, I apologize.
Can I chime in with my favorite Chris Rock quote relating to Lyndon Johnson's?
Yeah, please.
He said, and of course I'm going to clean it up for TikTok. He said,
please.
Nothing makes a white man with a penny angrier than a black man with a nickel.
Oh my God. Yeah. So true. The thing is, I think that has to do with, let's break it down even more. I think it doesn't matter about, in this case also, I think it even is an easier, simple psychology, because when white women voting for Trump were attacking other basically women, I think it's more basic, as in, if you see a guy or a girl making more than you, you have that German Schadenfreude where you want to see them fail. You take joy in watching the person who has more than you see them fail. And social media amplifies that feeling of feeling like, oh my God, I want what they have. I want the quality lifestyle. Oh my God, I have to keep up with the Joneses on TikTok or on Instagram. I need to live the opulent lifestyle that these folks are living. And it's like, we all know that that's not real, but these people, these one-dimensional people, are so shallow. They don't realize that that stuff is fake and that social media is the highlight reel. They think it's like real life, but the more photos, again, I think of this all the time, and it's not the case for everybody, but there's a lot of people out there that have like a lot of happy pictures, and they're really sad though on the other side of the fence in reality.
Yes.
A lot of happy, like it's a lot of sad people with happy pictures. Social media is at least it's been that way for a long time.
The highlight reel, I love that. I love that. Because that's what it is.
Mentally ill people, and especially people who are like at their wits' end and who are contemplating suicide. And yeah, you would be surprised at the people who, myself included, have considered ending it all and have actually made attempts. And it's like, but you looked so happy. You seem so happy. Well, that's just what.
Be careful, Matt.
Yeah, be careful what you're saying, bro. You're gonna get me banned over here.
I'm sure. I'm doing my best.
I know. We gotta get a cheat sheet to send to people. To like, so I can send it to them as well. Like, hey, don't say these words. If you do, yeah, good times. I should probably end this chat at some point. I mean, I actually have to make some videos. How long have
you been on, Lucas?
I don't know. Where's my timer? It's over 2 hours easily. Oh yeah, almost 3 hours. Oh my God.
I was following you across 3 different platforms till I got you here.
Right. Oh, I'm glad you popped in, man. You're good people.
Very quick.
I had to ban a bunch of people from Facebook. It's such a lame thing because there's some hate-filled people on there. The boomers live on Facebook.
Yes.
Boomers are very angry people.
Is that right? That's pretty apt.
Yeah, it's funny because I have like probably 108,000 followers on Facebook right now, and they comment 4 times more than good people on Facebook comment. So I'll have like, if I relied on just good people commenting on my Facebook posts, I'd have like 40 comments. If it's those other people, I have like 400 comments. And they're like, and they want, it's funny. A lot of people are like, why do you have no empathy for these people? I'm like, dude, I have empathy for every person. Like, I feel so bad for these MAGA people. Like, I know they're hurt and broken people. I feel so bad for them. Like, I have a lot of empathy for them. So I can say I have like massive empathy. The problem is they don't respond to empathy. They respond to the way I talk to them on Facebook. You guys, if you want to see how I talk to people on Facebook, go ahead. They will say something rude to me and I'll just say something rude right back to them. Like you to earn their respect, you have to say that. And I've grown up with people like that my whole life. So like everybody's like, oh, you don't have any empathy. Why are you so rude? It's like, dude, I'm exactly saying what you said to me right back to you. Except for I'm saying the PG or the rated G version. And you said something really bad. And I'm just literally saying, where did they get the word? I can't say it because it might get banned. They say this word with lib and then they end it with like,
oh, TAR.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Where did they get that from? Because they say it a lot. And I'm like, you're an adult saying like this weird phrase.
Yeah. Even before that, I think it was Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, I am in agreement with Matt. I'm starting to think that I've heard from 3 or 4 people now that Rush Limbaugh came up with this. And I heard my dad say it once. And I was like, you're like 60 something years old. Why are you saying like a child word? Like a child would say this in the playground. You know what I mean? Like, or some crazy, like creepy.
And that's what they are. Like that's, you call them like one-dimensional people. And they are very simple-minded, right? They are very simple-minded. It's very much, that's why Trump resonated so much with them because they are Trump.
They are totally. TDS is my first class. TDS is the worst. TDS is the worst. Like I have to admit, as soon as you disagree with them about anything or make a point, you can be like, hey, 2 + 2 = 4. Like, look at my calculator. You have TDS.
Yes.
What does that have to do with this? Like, what do you mean? Fake news. All of a sudden you're like, what are you talking about? Like like just like hoax, like that. They have these like catchphrases that have been programmed into them through repetition. Yeah, but it's also repetition like programming. These guys have fallen for propaganda, and you have to be one-dimensional in order to fall for propaganda. Everybody's like, oh, you can't be immune to propaganda. Oh my God, yes, you can. Anybody that says you cannot be immune, you're crazy.
I would agree to disagree with you on that.
No way.
And I'll give you an example of it, right? So we have all been indoctrinated with propaganda for a very, very long time. Propaganda, propaganda that comes from a place of white supremacy, from capitalism, from shit. Like a couple of months ago, I just realized that the Israel lobby was actually pumping and like just propaganda into our media system. Right?
Yeah, for a long time.
Like I did not like, I think of myself.
Yeah, but you snapped out. But you
individual.
snapped out of it, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like these people are just in.
Truth, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You seek truth. People who fall for propaganda do not seek truth. Yeah. I seek truth in everything I do. If I think one thing, I test that theory of mine, the hypothesis, until I try to prove myself wrong over and over again. And until I get there and I go, oh, okay, well, the facts point to this from these trusted sources I have. That's all you can go off of. You have not fallen for propaganda. You've been told what good looks like. And you are now realizing that the category you thought was good and what you thought it looked like might be incorrect. You're seeking truth. That means you don't fall for propaganda. You need to know, as soon as you know what good looks like, you can't fall for propaganda in that category ever again. Right? So if you know the sky is blue and someone tries to convince you it's green, you cannot do it, no matter how much propaganda they show you. They could give you glasses that make the sky look green. You're still like, yeah, I already know it's blue though. Like you can't fool me because I know what good looks like. You can't break that frame unless they physically, I don't know, maybe there's a way.
Right. Like, yeah, I mean, I think that they can't tell you good from bad. Like, and I think that there is a certain amount of the propaganda that was just misinformation and keeping correct information from seeping through, right? When it comes to like Israel, right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of them hiding the truth from us, right? Hiding the truth about what was really going on in Gaza and what was really going on, in the West Bank.
I agree. There's propaganda. There's lots of propaganda on all sides. And yeah, you can't really, when you don't have news to actually give you, again, the whole idea of the far right and the right is to erode trust in news, to erode trust in facts, to erode trust in science, to erode what you see and what you hear to be also questioned. They want you to feel like you can't trust anything. Yes. So it's, that's true. So the thing is like, so this, you keep thinking propaganda is like you're seeking truth. And there is no such thing as truth in a propaganda machine. So you can't, you are going to be second guessing. Oh, do I know what's really happening in Gaza? Do I know what's really you don't know what's happening in Iran right now, because where have we seen any news being reported? Why don't we have correspondents over there from any of these news broadcasts, right?
I think a lot of propaganda has that emotional hook first. And so they project with feelings towards, like, whether it was working class America or whatever, about economics or about immigration or all of this other stuff. And they use emotional hooks, and that turns off your prefrontal cortex. Like there's neuroscience around this about like how propaganda and how advertising in general a lot of times is emotional based, and so it turns on other parts of your brain, and then before you know it, you've signed up mentally for a movement that that then starts to control the actual information you get.
Yep.
And so it doesn't justify, I'm not saying that, we can't take responsibility for, what we think and what we do. I'm just saying that that's how.
We're only as good as we're only as good as the information we have, though. So I can't hate myself for not knowing what good looks like because I was told good looked like this. And then when you get older, you get to find out that good actually was maybe something like this. You can't be mad at yourself for that. That's what you were trained. History is pretty accurate, except for some of the things we were told about, outlying stuff like you just said, Lisa. Like I don't want to say the term again because I don't want to get banned. But any of these, I don't know what terms are hot buttons on the newly owned TikTok, because the Ellisons now own it. So you never know any of these terms.
Izzy. I mean, some people say Izzy and stuff like that, but I can tell you the only reason I know what's going on in Iran is a few friends that are Palestinian that are there on, the ground, on the ground.
Why don't we have any correspondence there though? Like, why isn't like CNN broadcasting from there? Why isn't
exactly?
You know what I mean?
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
I don't think it's funny. I know why they're doing it.
No,
they're blacked out, aren't they?
Right?
Aren't they blacked out?
They are. Yeah. They are. And a lot of like CNN was bought by a conservative mega donor to Trump, right? A couple years ago. Like a lot of people don't know that. And so like
they really don't.
Huh?
They don't know that? I thought everybody knew that. This is my problem.
34 years in broadcast television, much of it in news. I have a very refined propaganda and BS detector.
Yeah, so CNN did get bought by a billionaire conservative for sure. Yeah, the transaction's still going through, I believe, but it's definitely been approved. And CNN and HBO and I think it was like Paramount got bought.
Paramount,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Paramount got bought, and they owned all these like platforms already. Consolidation
by Warner Brothers.
Yep, consolidation is the fascist way of taking control of a country. Is they go after the news, and this is exactly what they did in Germany. They went after the news and the newspapers and all that stuff, and the internet is our newspaper and the news is our newspaper. This is why independent like journalism, not all of it is created equal, of course, but there are independent places where you can get news now on the internet. Midas Touch is a great one. You can actually, guys, go check it out. It's definitely got some good information. And there are a bunch of other ones.
They are really breaking out. Midas Touch really grew in the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why. I mean, they do good work.
They had a great strategy starting out.
Yeah, they're the polar opposite of the far right. Right, at the end of the day, they're basically.
And they're all lawyers. Yeah.
Yeah, and the main the brother that they're all brothers, and the main brother is a law professor or was a law professor. So like he's so good that like like he's gonna be like, yo, you want to fight? Come at me, guys. Like
come at
no one's gonna come after them because these guys are like really smart. And they were number one. They beat Joe Rogan for a while there. So
something you said. Sorry, something you said, Lucas, a little bit ago, and I keep thinking it over and over in my head, but it's so true, is that people on the right think that people on the left, we think that we're a bit better than them and smarter than them. But if they only knew that, like the smart people, we question ourselves all the time, like constantly question whether we're wrong.
Right.
Constantly. Like I can't tell you how many times.
We always do,
like,
of course.
Say, am I looking at this wrong? Wait a minute, am I wrong?
Yeah.
Like and
that's Dunning-Kruger. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect.
The Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah.
Is that most people, the dumb people think they're smart, and the smart people are always questioning themselves.
Yes. It's so interesting. I just love it. I was a psych major before I was I was a criminal justice major, and then I majored in criminal justice, and I was pre-law.
Nice.
And I minored in statistics, and I'm a government statistician now.
Oh, that's cool. I'm big I taught statistics when I was in grad school to undergrads, so I can get money off of my tuition. Yeah. My first job at a tech company, a long time ago now, but I was the head of strategy and analytics. So I was like a data scientist for this company, me and this other dude who's my boss. And we were in that company got bought for a lot of money by Experian about a couple of years later after I started there. It was pretty cool. I didn't make it get bought. I'm just saying, that was my first tech company.
I think that's why the first time I saw one of your videos, I was like, just because it was subject matter that I cover all the time, that I talk about, right? The right and politics. And then it was all backed by data and studies. And I'm like, oh, this dude is speaking my language. Tell me more, Lucas. Tell me
I
more.
was the same way. I was like, you're speaking my words, my thoughts. Oh my
So, you know, it's funny. Like when I made these videos, I made them because I was questioning some conversations I had myself. And it feels like you guys are just like me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you guys think, yeah, exactly. You guys think and want to say the things I am actually saying in the videos, right? And you're like, oh my God, this thing I was thinking, he just answered. Like I was thinking the same thing. I think that's how I keep, you know, making videos that people like, is that I am just as curious as you guys are, you know?
Yeah. Well, and you bring the data, right? You bring the evidence.
Receipts.
Yeah. You bring the evidence, so it's hard for people to just like, you know, ignore it. Like, yeah, but this was a study. These are
they still try. They still try. Let me tell you.
But this
and
is
also
coming
the way that you
from
present it too. You don't talk
the
down
right
to anybody.
itself.
No, I wouldn't even, dude, I can barely, making videos for me is still really hard. It might not seem like it, but it's
so hard. Making videos is so hard. I recorded like 3 of them last night. I didn't edit them yet, and it's going to take me hours, and it's so frustrating. You got to get the lighting right, you got to get the sound right.
The lighting I have right. Take a look. The lighting's pretty good.
That's a no-brainer for me because
your lighting is really good.
Yeah, so this took me a really long time, 2 years, to dial in the right lighting. It really takes a long time to master it. Yeah, I hired a few dudes. They weren't expensive. It's not like I'm like super rich over here, guys. I hired a few. I hired someone for like, I was like, here's $100, like fix my lighting or something like that. He couldn't do it. I hired another guy. I'm like, dude, the last guy couldn't fix my lighting. I'm going to give you only $50 to fix my lighting. He didn't fix my lighting. After trial and error, is the only way to get the meter, the stuff working, right? And you have to control. Here's the number one rule of lighting, which is block out all the light that's already in your room and control your lighting with your lights only.
Get out.
Dead serious. Yep. Don't use.
I've been a photographer all my life. You're exactly right.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that was the answer, right? And I kept like trying to use daylight the right way, trying to use like just a direction light the right way, trying to use background lighting and make layers. And it's so much work. And guess what happened? What I found out was I bought like something for like $50, this one like little umbrella. I have like, if I could show you, I wish I had my phone. I was doing this on. I have like a little umbrella pointed at me right now with a really expensive light that I did not need. But I thought, hey, if the more expensive the light, the better, I'm assuming. Yeah, totally wrong. All I did was take a blackout curtain, and I have a window right in front of me. You wouldn't even know there's a window in here, but it's blacked out. I have curtain right here, a bunch of other stuff, like simple. It's simple. And one pointed light, and then I have another light over here. I can control all of it from my phone. Like it's all Apple Home, and slide up and down the lights and control it all. I have this. I can just like change the colors in the background. And
I love the background.
Like, yeah, you know what? Look what, do you see what is in my background? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
What is that?
Play to win.
Oh, the thing right above it. There's a very famous photograph.
No, see, my eyes
can't make it out. I see two people.
Yep. If you really knew it, you would know. So that's JFK and his brother sitting, making a decision together.
Oh, I was looking at it. It's the silhouette.
The silhouette of JFK and his brother, Robert F. Kennedy, like the real Kennedys, not the fake, make America make America healthy. Guy. Yeah, RFK guy is crazy. The guy that had a worm eating his brain. Yeah, the real guys, right? And they believed in democracy. They believed in all that stuff. These were gentlemen from New England, right? Again, I have brothers that are, at least I thought of one of my brothers very much like these brothers until they went like to the right. So, yeah. Anyway, short story long. I have that, and then I have my book right here. Is my book? You can't really see it, but it's there.
I see a little thing.
Subliminal advertising there.
Yeah. I just thought it would, I didn't know if it was, this is my book though, right here, Community Market Book. But I wrote this book in 2025. So it's not like, I go New England, let's go. I haven't even looked at the chat. Good night, Kelly. I don't really promote my book on here. I'm writing another book as we speak. And I'm like 96, 97% of the way, but it's not anything to do with this either. It's like about history and philosophy and stuff like that. So I didn't think, just so you guys know, I never thought I would be making videos. Let me give you a reason why I make videos is because if you, and this has actually been hurting my business drastically to the point where I have to start thinking about maybe I'm just going to be a creator, fully on like full-time creator and streamer and stuff like that, because this has hurt my business a lot. But it's, if you don't have the guts and wherewithal to stand up for like stuff like this, then you should not, you shouldn't complain. If you're tweeting, just messaging, and you're just responding going, yeah, oh, wow, that's awful, and then going right back to your life and putting your head down or head in the sand, you can't do that with something like this that's happening right now. When you see people get murdered in the street, I said the word, oh no, probably getting banned. Okay. When you see people get hurt in the street and you see a guy basically get unalived in the street, like on video, that was it. I was talking to a friend of mine. I'm like, I feel like I have to make this video. I can't stay silent anymore. And she's like, but if you do that, you're going to lose so much business. You're going to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like your family's like far right. They're going to like see your content. They're going to like be mad at you, all this stuff. Like there's all this bad stuff is going to happen in my life. I'm like, you know what? I can't care about that right now. It's the right thing to do, which is to make videos, because the only thing I know how to do is to make content and do stuff like this to make a difference. And like I said, I hope it does help people. And it seems like it does from your guys' standpoint. It seems like it's helping.
I wanted to be able to do this 30 years ago and just couldn't, because I always felt like I was the only voice out there. And I'm just glad now that there are more people who are up there, that I'm not alone out here.
Dude, it's a risk though. I have to admit, I go to straight up, and this might be
I'm always afraid because of my job, right? I mean, even though I'm supposed to be protected, right? As long as I'm not on company time,
right?
Administration doesn't play by the rules.
No, there's no rules. Exactly. And that's what I worry about, like them finding out where I live. And then one night, all of a sudden I'm not streaming anymore. I don't make videos anymore. And you guys are like, wonder where Luke went. Like I'm dead serious, because that's what happens in systems like this. Because in Germany, people tried to, everybody doesn't tell you this stuff. It's not in the history books and no one talks about it. There were people who protested against the bad people in Germany in the 30s. And you know what they did to those people? They got disappeared. They got rounded up and put in the first camp. The first camp wasn't meant for the people they say it was meant for. It was meant for dissidents. The people who were against that regime were disappeared, removed, and some of them were, I don't know if you guys ever hear of the White Rose? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So say in Germany, there was a coalition of people. There were students, teenagers, kids, and like a few teachers. And they started this like silent protest, but they put this like graffiti on the walls and it said White Rose. It was their symbol. Those Germans went and unalived all of those people in the town square in front of everybody, kids, the teachers, everybody. They used violence to stop people from resisting as examples.
We're seeing that in Minneapolis.
Exactly why when I saw that, dude, I was like, oh, I'm in. This is it. I can't sit back. And I mean,
already talking about you're a domestic terrorist if you even say
anything. Dude, you gotta be.
That's a no word, man.
Watch the words, dude. Watch the words, dude. I have to remove you if you don't.
I was quoting.
I know, but I could quote stuff too. But don't say these words. Make sure you think before you speak on somebody else's stage.
Sorry.
So,
you're good, Matt. You're good.
Gen X.
Before we get off of here,
I'm Gen X too, dude.
Yeah, so am I. So before we get off of here, I started a Discord group called the Creator Initiative.
Cool.
And I am going to send you a link in case you want to join us. It's like all creators, just like helping each other out with technical issues, doing collaborations, maybe in the future getting on the same messaging. If there's like a story that we think needs elevating and people aren't really talking about it and the media is not really talking about it, we can elevate that. So yeah, if you want to join, no pressure. I will send you the link. And I know Mr. DJ came up to say something or ask a question or whatever. So
hopefully it's short because I'm leaving, dude. What's up, man?
Yeah. So, two things, right? Thanks for making the content. I follow you, and I actually play your videos in my live when I first start up, and I say thank you for making your content so digestible for like simple, not simple-minded, but very like people
Hopefully
that
it's
don't
short because
like
I'm leaving, dude.
understand like
What's up, man?
the technicalities of politics and how MAGA thinks. So I play your videos in my lives to kind of give people the idea of like the type of people that we're dealing with, and I just want to say thank you for that. Thank you for keep making that content.
Thanks, man.
It really helps us get the word out. And I'll introduce myself. I'm DJ. I run smaller panels, like probably 20, 30 people. I'm nobody in the big sphere.
Bro, you are somebody to everybody. What are you talking about?
Right.
How dare you? How dare you?
But again, like I just want to fangirl real quick. Thank you. I saw that you were live, and I was like, "Holy cow, this guy is live!" But I'm not sure if you do live content a lot. So,
I want to.
So just a tidbit. When you do go live, like when you have panelists, just make sure that something to keep in mind. If you can't say it in front of there's one of my followers, Araya, my mutual right there, Araya Street. We run in the same streets. If you can't say it to kindergartners, then don't say it on the panel. And if you're trying to reference it, like DT, pew pew, stuff like that, like you got to say like stuff that's for children. That'll keep you under the radar. But you can't say certain words like that's the hard word, or else you'll get taken down. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I know you're trying to get out of here. I'll make it quick. Also, thank you for continuing to do what you do. We run these panels, and I run another political panels that we debate this stuff with MAGA, and a lot of the things that you guys are talking about, we have these conversations with them every day, and they just don't understand, or they do understand. They don't understand. Like, I think that they do understand. I think that they just don't care. That's what it boils down to. And when it comes to like, I think TikTok has changed the space and like how we have these conversations. Because in the Black community, we've always been having these conversations, but people that are not of the Black diaspora, they're now privy to the conversations that Black people have been having. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
It does.
But yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. I had a lot to say, but I was like, I just want to make it quick, concise.
I appreciate that, dude. You're good people, man. I want you to come back up the next time I stream. I want to make this a regular thing, guys. Like I really do. I just don't know when to do it because, like I said, if I could try to make this into something bigger, I would totally do it. So
the best thing that I can suggest to you is find a time slot that works best for you and be consistent. Whatever that time slot works best for you. Because like when I go live, for me, I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah, me too, man. West Coast is the best coast.
California right here.
Yeah, I'm in LA.
But oh shoot, I'm in the IE. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Hey, love California. So look, pick a time that works best for you. Consistency, and then you'll see the people that will start to circle in your lives, and you'll have your mutuals, your regulars, and they'll start sharing it out. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're tired of the little gifting goal, set it to a higher number so it's not going off as frequent and it's not in your ear as much. But you can't get rid of that note.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I push this button and it just says push gifting goal. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll just push this button. And I didn't know what, like, I just keep pushing it because it just keeps saying, okay, this is met. Push it again. I'm like, all right, I'll push it again. I feel like it's captured me into the, ooh, cool. I'm playing a casino here or something. You know what I mean? I just keep feeling like it's telling me to push. So I just push it. Leave me alone. Push it. Leave me alone. Push it. Leave me alone. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I gotta do something different. I don't even know how to operate most of this stuff, dude. Thanks goodness to Lisa.
The Discord that I created, Lucas. That's part of what it is. We're gonna have like monthly like Zoom calls or whatever, where we're gonna help each other with like the technical stuff and like, oh, I do this and this is how I do this and this is how I bring people in, like that kind of stuff. And I think it could really help.
Yeah, Send me the link.
DJ, I'll send you a link to it too.
Thank you. I'm gonna give you a follow.
Can I get a link to
Yes,
that too?
yes, yep, of course, yep. So, yeah, there's already a bunch of people in there. DJ, if you run, I think they said you run in Casso's live.
I do go in Caso's live.
Yeah,
He's one of my favorite creators.
Yep. So we got Saji in there and Jessica Simone, Oya, and
Yes,
a bunch of other people. So yeah. So I hang with Jessica Simone a lot, but yep. So yep. I will send it to you. I will send all you guys the link if you want to come and join us. I think it could be a really cool space where we could do collaborations and talk about messaging and even do like collaborative videos and stuff together. Yeah, I think it could be big.
I think it could be too. All right, guys, it's been great hanging out with you guys. I've been on for 3.5 hours. Let's
keep going live, Lucas. Keep going live. Keep going live. I love the content.
Thanks. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I do this because of you, so thank you guys for like watching my stuff. It means a lot.
We watch you.
Yeah, it means a lot, guys. You guys really definitely changed my life.
I feel like you've given me a voice and a lot of people a voice.
Thanks, Matt. That means a lot, man. Yeah, all you guys are awesome in the chat and on stage. Thanks for coming up. And yeah, let's chat. I'll try and go live maybe tomorrow at some point if you guys are going to be around. I cannot be consistent yet, but maybe by Monday I can be consistent.
Yeah, but just find a time slot that works best for you. And then once you find that time slot and you go live for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours, you know what I mean? Just start with like, even if you can't do 2 or 3 hours, just start with an hour, right? And see how it feels and fill it out. And so your community will start to gather around, gather around you, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You'll have your normals, and
people will find you.
Exactly.
I would love, you know what I would love to have up here? I have to admit, I've been watching a lot of these like debate streams with like MAGA. I don't really want to debate them, but I want to have them up and like try to like break them down psychologically, not break as in physically, but like try to understand like what they're saying and then like show them evidence of like, what are you talking about? It's too bad you can't share screens on this thing. I can't share my screen on here.
You can.
How? Show me how. Tell me how right now before I go. Where's the button?
So you know where it says add source. There should on the left-hand side.
Oh,
it should say add source.
Oh, that's right. This is kind of like OBS over here.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. You add a source. You can add
screen sharing,
like a web page. You can add text. You can add a like a image, right? Image link.
So okay, this is just like the other platforms like OBS or Streamlabs or anything like that. So you have to actually build your own scenes and stuff. Ugh.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Lame.
Yep. Like I have all my stuff like set up, and like I'll have like little things. Like one is Chrome, right? When I want to show your clips or other clips. And then I have my prompts, right? Like just like a graphic of like, do you still support Trump or something like that? Or depending on what I got going on that night when I'm live. And then I have like a PowerPoint one, and then I have a text where it says for educational purposes only. And I'll just like click it and turn them all off and on, depending on what I got going on that night.
Right.
What is your go-to thing? Well, I guess one of your strong points, I guess, not debating, but like I guess when
I don't really debate.
Debating.
Yeah, I don't really debate. It's more along the lines like I want to hear what they have to say, and so I can be like, like I want to be like, like,
understand them
yeah, I want to understand them, but I also want to. I already understand them pretty well, but I want to say like, like none of that's right, right? Like let's go look at it right now together. Right, let's look at the facts right now. Let's watch January 6th right now on stream. I'm going to watch with you. And you can't argue them out of a thing, but you can show them, even though they have cognitive dissonance, they're still going to, they have to kind of believe their eyes and ears when they're watching it with me. And like maybe allow them to like have like the ability to ask questions without being made fun of. Because I know a lot of these debaters like are like, oh, I owned you, I dog walked you, stuff like that. They always say these words. I'm like, I don't know if that really helps them to like, and you can't help most of these people. So I get it. I get why they make it the content to do that and make fun of them. Cause I watch it all the time. I'm watching Dean and Parker all the time because I don't know why it's entertaining to me, but it's like, it makes me know that there's other people out there realizing that these people are just so, they don't care about facts or science or anything. They just want to say these talking points. And then these talking points are used to like cancel you, to cancel your language. The facts you have, they cancel the evidence. In a way, it's like right-wing cancel culture. They're canceling you with facts, with their fake news or TDS. Like they instantly just devalue your thing to like try to dominate the conversation. And then they think they win the talk. They like win the conversation by saying these like catchphrases. And they're like, yeah, I owned them. I own them. I'm like, you owned them by saying TDS, dude? Like, how did you own anybody? So I think it's confusing. I want to like communicate to these guys that it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm really stupid for even thinking about this, but
no, we all, I mean, we still try it. I think, I mean, I do. I know me and Stacey do in our space when they come
There's
up.
always hope.
Yeah, there is, like, you always have hope. And then we have reached a couple people. Like I've done it before. But Trump Prophet, if you see him around here, that dude will. Everybody knows who he is. You know who he is, Mr. DJ.
Yes.
Everybody knows who he is. So Trump Prophet, he is an anomaly. He actually knows that what Donald Trump is. He knows what MAGA is, and he loves it. He wants it. He's like a professor of economics.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So
he
I know who
wants
he
it.
is. So I think I might know who he is. So there's some guys out there that want democracy to be gone. And there's a guy, there's a techno, he's a tech, they call him a techno prophet. I'll tell you who he is. This is the guy that's actually, say again?
Curtis Yarvin?
Yes. That's his name, Curtis Yarvin. That guy.
That's a rabbit hole, man. That is a rabbit hole.
But he is the guy behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like Peter Thiel thinks he's a genius, and he thinks that is the way life and society should go. Some CEO of America, and that everybody, it's basically a type of fascism. That person gets basically do whatever that person says, like it's a company, or you lose your job, right? And in this case, you would lose your freedom, or they will remove you from the United States if you they don't like you and you're not being a good citizen. They want that. I can't believe you knew the guy's name right away. You're such a smart person. You knew it right off the top of your head.
Video on it.
Yeah. Well, I almost thought about making a video on it too, but I'm like, you know what? This is a little too much for people to like really get behind this video. Mm-hmm. Like I try to keep my content like super simple, like psychology stuff, because I know people don't want to know a lot of this like rabbit hole stuff, because it's not a conspiracy theory. These guys like worship Curtis Yarvin. He's a whack job. He should not.
The PayPal mafia, right? They all.
Not all of them. I know some of those guys. I actually met some of those guys before in my life. So no, they don't all worship him.
I know David Sachs does. Elon Musk.
Peter
Thiel.
I don't think David Sachs does. I think these guys, they worship him because they never have to worry about the stuff that they, like regular people have to worry about. I don't think PayPal Mafia all like him. I think some of them do. I think some of them are like, they all know he's a crackpot though. At the end of the day, like it's not he isn't preaching rocket science here. He's not like oh my God, you're so enlightened. He's basically saying, hey, we just need a fascist government, and the CEO of that government, who we elect for life, by the way, gets to choose what's going on. It's just fascism. That's all it really is. You.
Speaking of millionaires,
yeah.
You know, one thing that kind of grinds my gears, and I don't know if it bugs you guys, but the right, I noticed that the right always give like millionaires and billionaires like this exorbitant amount of credit what they're saying is, well, they're genius because they're rich, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm still like scratching my head as to where they get this idea from, or this talking point from.
They're sucking up.
These guys are
propaganda. We've had a lot of propaganda that entered this society that said that if you have that kind of money, you worked for it. You worked your way up, and you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, and like all that kind of stuff.
Well, capitalists,
they've absorbed it, right? It's toxic individualism, this
Well,
idea that you can work your way up into billionaireism, which is not a freaking thing.
Yeah, we're not. No one's. So none of these. Not one of these guys. None of them. Not one of these guys are self-made. Anybody that's telling you these stories, oh, Elon Musk this, or Peter Thiel that, or Jeff Bezos this, every one of those guys, every single one of them, not one of them, I could not find one that actually was self-made. They all came from a privileged background, every single one of them. And
even Jeff Bezos, that whole thing where he started in his parents' garage was bullshit.
Yeah, of course it was. So I was gonna make an entire series based on all of these stories of like, I was gonna call it self-made, and basically just do the opposite of self-made and say, hey, you think Elon Musk was self-made? Well, his dad was super wealthy and they had multiple houses in South Africa. He got rich off of South African apartheid. Elon Musk came over here. His dad invested in his business. Zip2, got like $100,000 of like venture capital from his father. Oh yeah, no big deal. And he sold that company during the high, basically the high point of the first .com bubble in the late 90s. And he sold his company because people were trying to consolidate competitors into one place. And he got a bunch of millions of dollars. Not saying that's not smart. That's not being in the right place at the right time. And you actually have to know how to code back then. It was much harder to operate the internet back then. It was all raw HTML and like languages that, a lot of people didn't even understand HTML back then. So he's the right place, right time. He was also smart enough to do it. So yes, but Jeff Bezos, same thing. What's his name? Bill Gates. His father was the most successful lawyer in Seattle. So like Bill Gates is one of the most favorite quotes. He is one of his most famous quotes as you could be born poor, but if you die poor, it's your fault. He was born rich and he would never have to worry about money. Like Bill Gates saying that is such a ironic, cliche, garbage thing. Yet everybody thought.
I grew up around people exactly like that and saw that all firsthand.
Yeah, me too. So everybody thought that these guys were all self-made people. Bill Gates claims to be, Elon Musk claims to be self-made. All these people, everybody. Jeff Bezos raised $5 million, I think it was like $1 million to $5 million from driving from San Francisco to Seattle. And that's how much money he raised. His parents gave him like $500,000 or $1 million. His parents gave him like a ton of money to start Amazon. Like, dude, whose parents can give them $500,000 to start a business? Come on.
Exactly.
Kidding me?
But that's the point, right? There's this propaganda that lives in our society, that they pushed in our society, that we're all just temporarily embarrassed millionaires, right? That any one of us at any time, the next raise or whatever, we're gonna be millionaires and billionaires too. So we shouldn't want them to be taxed and pay their fair share in taxes and have to pay their employees fair wages, right? We shouldn't want that because we're about to be them.
You'd think that at a certain level, they're at a certain level too, like they would be like, hey, I have $100 billion. Like, how can I make it better for everybody else? Like, why does that not cross their minds at a certain level where, I don't know, I don't need that much.
They deserve it.
Yeah, if I had like $2 or $3 billion, I'd be trying to offload those. If I had 3 as an example, I'd be trying to offload 2 instantly. I'd be like, hey, how do I go out and make millionaires out of people once a day, every single day for the next like 2 years, right? Or I'd try to find a way to do it. I don't know. Maybe maybe that sounds altruistic, but I just love the idea of it. I love the idea of like helping I like the idea of helping other people out. I want to send the ladder back down.
Someone brought up an interesting point to me about a couple years ago, and I forgot who I heard it from, but the question was, would you take a tax rate of, I'm kind of butchering it, but just kind of piece it together. Would you prefer 90% tax rate of $1 million or 20% of an $80,000 salary? And a lot of people, surprisingly, that I asked that to, they chose the 20% of 80,000. And I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy to me. Or was it 90% of it, like a 90 million? One of the two, but it was high millions. And I'm not an economy guy. I don't pretend to be one, but a lot of people like just don't understand money, but I think that
the law of compounding, especially.
That's on purpose too.
The law of compounding is the critical thing that most people don't understand. Like you can have a percentage compound until like $1,000 compounds over like, it might not seem like a lot, but if you compound, let's just say 10% on top of $1,000 every single year, it's like 110, like it's $1,100 one year, the next year, then it compounds and compounds and compounds. It turns into some like wildly big number. And nobody understands that if you just put $1,000 somewhere in like high interest, that money turns into like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars because of the law of compounding. Most people don't even understand the law of compounding. It's crazy.
I read the book, The Oligarchy. I'm not sure if you guys.
I hate that name, by the way. I hate the term oligarchy. It has no teeth, hardly anybody in the world. Literally, how many people really know what oligarchy really means? Nobody.
More people know because of Bernie and AOC.
I don't think so. I think
more than did before.
I could ask right now.
People know what socialism means or oligarchy?
They don't know what socialism means either, but they definitely don't know what oligarchy means. It sounds like not that bad of a deal. It actually, I can guarantee you, we bring 100 people up here that didn't have access to the internet and they didn't know what I was going to ask them. And you say, what's oligarchy? They'll be like, I have no idea. Was that like, they would probably think it's like an insect of some kind or something. I don't think they would know what it is. I think we use these big words. Here's the problem with the way the Democratic Party is. Here's the big negative. They think people know what they know. They are talking to people like me and you who understand big words. And it's not that we're super intelligent. It's just that we just happen to learn what these big words mean. Most people don't know a lot of like terminology, like oligarchy. When I heard that being used, I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Use simple language to explain what's happening. That's the communication problem we have. We start using, there's a thing called pioneering. You ever hear of a term called pioneering cost?
No.
It's so, see, exactly. So you don't know something, it's like a total common term, right? Pioneer, and only in the tech space though. Pioneering cost basically means like you are trying to teach people something they don't know. So it takes a lot more time and effort and dollars to teach them something new than to basically hijack something else and then talk about that in the way that they understand already and put your point in that thing. So like cell phones is a great example. I have an iPhone, right? But everybody complains. iPhones only change 10% or 15% of the things on it. And they're like, why would I want to upgrade? You guys aren't making enough changes to upgrade. Apple knows you and I are so stupid that this phone changes by more than 20%. You will stop using iPhone because you have a pioneering cost of learning new things. So Amazon's another great example. If you change things on your phone, you're going to stop using iPhone. Think about this. Amazon has trained us all. And this is like foreign language to us before Amazon. We are all taught to now expect free shipping for everything. And if you don't get free shipping, what is this? I have to pay for shipping? I'm out of here. And if you don't now include shipping for free, you just call it free shipping. You just include shipping in the total price of the item. So you hijack the thing that Amazon has already trained millions of people to already accept and want and need. You can't just start charging people shipping now that Amazon has made it normal to just receive shipping. So that's the pioneering cost. Don't try and do things differently. Just change what you're trying to do to what already exists and people are trained to use, right? So in the tech space, there are certain apps that people go, I'm going to build a new app and I'm going to create a whole new thing. And people come to me and ask me like, hey, what do you think of this product? I'm like, it's good, but dude, your navigation's all off. Go and look at the number one person in your space that you're trying to compete against, or in another category that the people have already been trained on. Go learn what their navigation looks like. Like Amazon's a great one. I always try to default to Amazon because it's such an easy navigation. And I'm like, make it just like that, because navigation they're used to doing, right? Everybody's used to doing the certain things on a phone. Everybody's used to expecting free shipping. Everybody's used to knowing where all the apps are on your iPhone and exactly how it works. So don't try and buck the system by training people how to do it. People have already spent hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars training them over decades to do something. Go with that thing they've already been trained on. And that's what we need to do with words. Like using oligarchy, you're trying to train people on a new term that sounds like, what the hell does that even mean? No, use terms that have teeth that people already know, because what they're doing is fascism. And we all know fascism is bad. Use teeth words. Don't use words where they have to go and look it up, because they ain't going to do that, right? These people are not curious. They're just like, oh, oligarchy, who cares? Sounds like monarchy. Sounds like a king. Who cares? You know, England has a king. We're good.
So you would use fascism instead of oligarchy?
Well, it is fascism.
It is fascism. But does that communicate the level of
urgency,
quality, and all the things that come with that?
Yes. And oligarchy doesn't communicate anything, by the way. It communicates.
No, I know, because
it communicates the term oligarchy to people that were like, I don't even know what that means. It sounds like monarchy at best. And monarchy is not so bad because England has it and they're fine. That's what people connect. They want to make the easiest connection possible in their brains. They go, what is this? They don't go, well, let me go discover this. They go, oh, I get it. Oh, I think I get it. I think I get it enough. Oh, I don't get it. I don't really care. Right? So they go, either I get it or I don't care. And I want them to get it. Right? And oligarchy is probably the thing that irks, one of the worst irky things for me. Once I heard them just over and over using it too, I'm like, guys, it doesn't matter how many times you say it. It still sounds cringe. No one knows what it means. You're inventing something. Stop the oligarchy. It doesn't even sound mean. It has no teeth. Like, stop the oligarchy. It sounds like I am some like college kid on campus, like saying, save the trees. Like, no one is going to listen to you, dude. Like, no one cares. Now, if you say, hey, we're fighting what is really here, which is fascism, which is far right stuff, which is what the regime in power right now is, fascist. They are. It's just facts. Like, if you know the facts of fascism, you know that they fit exactly into that. And fascism definitely has teeth. Everybody knows. As soon as you say that phrase, they look right back at 1930s. Even though they didn't invent it. Italy invented it in the late 1919, I think it was, or 1920 was, Mussolini invented fascism. And so I have a video about this. I just haven't released it yet because I'm like, I don't know if social media will be very friendly towards it. Because I kind of solve like whether or not this government, this regime is fascist. And I help, like in the video, I basically say, like, we're going to do this together. We're going to decide together whether this government is fascist. And we go through each one of my 4 points. And then you get to decide, are we fascist? and
that is important, Lucas, right? So explain to people why it's important for people to come to their own decision.
Well, if they don't, you're trying to convince somebody of something that is, you're just not going to be able to do it. Like, psychologically speaking, you are not able to convince people of anything. If they take ownership in it, they think they have this ownership in it where they go, oh, now I understand it. And you don't really have to like harass them into it. Like, they have to like psychologically understand it themselves and own it and think that they came to the conclusion, or they will not accept it.
Yes.
Are you saying that they have to come around, like they basically have to come around on their own?
You have to make it their idea. You have to make it their conclusion. You could feed them the stuff. And by the way, that's another video I have in the works I have not finished, is that there is a high correlation to people who are addicts, drug and alcohol addicts, that are far right people.
But I got a little bit of pushback. I mean, what you say makes sense, but it's like my brain is like, I personally accept what you're saying. Like, it makes sense, but it's like the people that we're dealing with, it's just like, I'm seeing the same news feed. I'm seeing the same current events. They're seeing the same current events, but they're just like, no, this isn't it. And
well, it's not just that. It's not just that it's no, it isn't it. It's also like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to take action. So I am going to pretend like I don't know what's going on. They know what's going on. There's a part of them that absolutely knows this is wrong. The thing is, though, what fascism does is it does a little piece, and then another little thing happens, and then another little thing happens, which is making basically just drawing. Think of it as drawing lines in the sand. Hey, as soon as you cross this line, we can't go any further. So cross this line, and every time they're habitual line steppers to steal a little piece from Dave Chappelle show, Charlie Murphy episode with what's his name? Can I think? Rick James. He's an habitual line stepper. So what fascism is a habitual line stepper. They push you to develop a new normal all the time. So today's new normal is different than tomorrow's new normal, and you keep accepting the new normal because they keep pushing you further and further to past your boundaries of expectations and go, I'm going to stand up and argue and resist. But what they're doing is it's such small pieces of you getting used to something, though, so that 1 year later, it's a huge piece later. And you're like, how did we end up here? It's because I forgot about this and I forgot about that. And I didn't worry about this. And I was waiting for everybody else to speak up.
Pot of boiling water.
Yeah, I was waiting for everybody else to speak up. I was waiting for everybody else to rally around this. I was waiting for a revolt of some kind, and I was waiting for my neighbors to do it or these people to do it. And then nobody ends up doing it. This is like a common thing.
Such a horrible case of whiplash, Lucas. Like, because I just a few years ago, like we just canceled a guy for having a weird screeching laugh. You know that Dean guy, like, and we're here.
Dean Withers?
Was it Withers?
I don't know. He's a pretty good debater.
Howard Dean.
That guy.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
but I believe you.
President in I think 2016, and he was the front runner. And he was talking about, oh, we're winning here, and now we're going to win here and here and here and here. Yeah, and then that was like the last thing anybody ever heard of him.
I don't know this guy.
Oh, you gotta look it up. You're gonna chuckle when you see it. And it's like, to go from there to where we are now. I'm like, oh my, like,
dude, you know what you can do? I'm gonna help you all right now. Get this book. It's not my book. I'm not promoting my book. But this book is called "They Thought They Were Free." There's a chapter in that book, chapter 13. If you have it, you can get it on audiobook and stuff like that. It's just a really bad audio recording. I actually re-recorded the chapter 13 in my own voice because this guy was like the way he did it was like this like weird up and down. Like he sounded like he was like doing like some kind of drama, some kind of weird play speaking like that. But if you buy the book, chapter 13 is amazing. It tells you exactly what happened in Germany. The same thing's happening here. They push you further and further, step by step, little steps, to the point where you're like doing things you never thought you'd be doing. And now you're stuck in this like scenario. I wish I could send it to you guys on, wish I could post it as a video, but it's kind of long, this audio clip I made. Because it's like a whole chapter of a book I basically just read into the microphone. They thought they were free. I might have
still make a video. You can make a video up to an hour, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, on here on TikTok you can?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really? Since when?
Yeah. I mean, since I've been on here for about 1.5 years.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Because they
Host is cooking, nice work. Host is cooking. Yeah, Lucas is Yeah.
I appreciate that. That means a lot, guys. Like, I don't really, I don't have a lot of like I mean, like, there's not a lot of people in my life are political. The thing is, like, I don't know how you can't be now, right? I don't know how, like, most of my people that I know are in like the tech space, and they all are just like, keep your head down and survive right now because they don't want their businesses targeted by the regime. And I'm like, hey, you cannot sit back and stay quiet, dude. And if it means you sacrifice some stuff, you do. And I know when I did this, when I put out my first video, I knew I was sacrificing something. But we all have to make sacrifices now. And I don't mean like sacrifice, meals or, only eat 2 meals a day. I mean, like, you have to sacrifice whatever you can do to change things and to do things differently so that other people know that they're not alone, because people like us need to know we're not alone. Know that it's even at, there are a lot of people that have DM'd me on Instagram that knew me, that have known me for like more than 10 years. And they're like, what are you doing? Your career suicide. I'm like, oh no, I just said probably a bad word. But it's like, yeah, dude, it's that's life,
Especially
man.
you just wrote a book last year and you're trying to sell your book.
I know.
You're doing this,
yeah,
right?
I mean,
what is your book about?
It's called, it's about building community. And it's not just online community, but it's about building community in general. And it kind of, chapter 1's really good. It's about religion. Chapter 1 is about like how Christianity was like, there's like been thousands of religions in this world, thousands of them. And almost all of them have faded away because there's like a certain set of 3 things you have to like build a community, whether online or offline. And the chapter 1 is literally like defines exactly what it is. And it's like a shared artifact, which is a book, right? Or a community like this right here, traditions and rituals, right? And at the end or rules and rituals. And that's it. You need 3 things, and you can build a community anywhere you want, in the real world or on the internet. With those 3 things, you can build one anywhere. The thing is, like, the book also like goes into like, here are the 16 things you need to know about how to build a community and then maintain it. And then, kind of be successful at it at the end of the day. Yeah. I never thought I would be doing this, straight up. I would never thought I would be making content like videos about politics, especially. Chance.
I'm a government statistician. Why would I be doing this?
Trust me, I know.
Here
I know.
Here we are.
Retired.
Yeah.
But this is what it takes, people. Like, this is, I am exhausted too, by the way, Matt. I was sleeping really well before this. Like, I still was stressed out. Like, this stuff was keeping me up at night. And I was like, why do I feel wrong inside? I've been feeling wrong for like 8 months. And I'm like, why do I feel so wrong about everything? Why am I not sleeping well? Why am I waking up more stressed out? And it's all because of this government, this regime. Yeah, and then eventually something bad happens. And I was like, you get triggered into action eventually. And I got triggered into, I can't stay quiet anymore. And I just wish people would be able to be triggered into not staying quiet anymore either, because everybody together at once would be powerful. Having a big strike, right? Or a big thing going on Saturday, walk out, whatever.
More of us than there are of them.
Absolutely, Avery. But let me finish my point and you can talk. If you have a big walkout, but you have a start and end date on it, nobody's scared of the start and end date. You have an end date on a protest, it does not help eventually. Yes, protests are super important to show everybody's not alone and to show like, hey, this is us. We need to get up and do this. No question about it. Everybody, this is building just like the far right movement built, right? We were millions. Now we're like tens. We're going to be tens of millions here. I think tomorrow is a really important day to go out. I'm going tomorrow. I don't know about you guys, but I will be there in my area. Yeah. But let me tell you, the real way to make massive change is to have a general strike. Edward Norton said this live on TV. He was like, we need to have a general strike and walk out and not have an end date. And that's when there's pressure on an administration to have regime change. And I think we're getting close to that. And if we can't just sit back and not do that if it takes, you know what I mean? At some point we might have to do that. I actually have to go here in a minute. I'm going to let Avery speak real quick. You got 60 seconds.
Before
minute.
that, 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I think, Lucas, the point that you're getting at when you're saying that people aren't doing anything, it's like
they
height
are doing
of privilege.
Yeah.
Right. It's the height of privilege that you know that you will not be harmed either way, like, or you believe you will not be harmed to be able
they will
to
be.
style it. Yeah, they will be. But yeah, I mean, you think you won't be, you know, because you're white or you got a little bit of money, or, you know, I mean, whatever the case may be, that you think that you're going to be safe from this if you just keep your head down.
Right.
Like, and I know some of it's fear, but yeah, go ahead, Avery. Sorry.
But think about this, Lucas. Sorry.
Hold on, Mr. D.
Yeah, I want to say that when I first started getting into political content, I was told the same thing. Like, at first I wanted to go into like sports journalism, but I decided to go into political journalism because, like, we're in a total fascist takeover. People's rights are being ripped away from them. We all have to be speaking out. We all have to make our voices heard. And I was told that this would be bad for my brand. Well, these are people's rights. I don't care about my brand. I care about people's rights. I care about people. We all have to be speaking out. And I want to thank you. I really want to thank you. And it helps to have people who relate.
No, I'm glad you're here, dude. Glad you found us. Good times.
I'm glad I found you guys too. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, good. Mr. D, real quick, then I'm going to bounce because it's been 4 hours.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to say this and I'll drop down. Just remember, you know, like, I stumbled across your content just scrolling on an FYP, and I play your content, you know, on my platform so people can hear, you know, what you say, because you break it down a lot easier than I can, right? But I just want to say, like, regardless if you feel like it or not, you're still teaching people things. People are still learning from you. And, you know, the way you put things out there into the universe, the TikTok verse, people are picking it up, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever medium, right? People are learning from you, and the words that we say have, like, a lot of weight. And it's not, we may be having these conversations with each other on the panel, but you got to remember, there's 58 people right now that's listening to us, and you've probably had over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people that have cycled through your live just listening to us talk about this. And for myself, like, I'm still relatively new to the political space, but when I got on TikTok, I came on TikTok to actually be a DJ and play music, just to stream music. And I found my way, I don't know how, on political TikTok. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I didn't even know what an executive order was. And now I know what an executive order is. I know what the policies are. I've learned about, you know, how bills move through the system. Like, I've learned so much just being on the political side of TikTok and just listening to these conversations. And, like, as people are conversating, like, there's probably somebody right now in the chat that's listening to us talk, and they're looking up the things that you're talking about, defining the word oligarchy, or looking up the book they thought they were free. Like, there's somebody right now looking this stuff up and listening to us. So that's the thing. Like, don't lose sight of that. Don't forget about it, you know, but just know that your words are reaching people, and there's always going to be somebody that's sitting there listening to you and, like, oh my God, like, I just learned this from TikTok, you know. So that's it for me, man. But keep up the good work.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It's just yeah. I never saw myself on TikTok. That's why it was funny. All right.
All right, y'all, drop
None
down.
of us did.
Y'all have a good one.
Most of us didn't anyway. You too, Mr. DJ. Good to meet you.
Yeah, it was great chatting with all you guys. I'm gonna finally call it a quits. I have
4 hours is a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot. And you know, I have to make videos too still. I still got like 4 or 6 hours of making videos now too. So you guys were an amazing distraction. Thank you so much for everybody. You guys are awesome. All right, guys, have a good night, and have a great weekend. If I don't hear from you, I'll see you. I'm going to be at the No Kings tomorrow. So everybody show up to No Kings. It'll be a time. All right. See you guys.
Thank
you, Lucas.
Thank you guys. Thanks, Matt. Thanks to girl Lisa.
Yep. Good night.
Night.